Oh, hi there. I was not expecting 25 viewers this early. I am just waiting for my friend Simo to be ready so that we can play a very thank you, Chad. A very short, like little scrim before we jump into the full series. I said that this would be starting at 1:30, so I didn't want to start early in case anyone had actually assumed I would start on time. So I'll probably try to play like part of a scrim with Simo in a few minutes. Sorry about that. But for the time being, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask them. Like I can talk a little bit about roughly what we're doing here. And I will also say this is my first time ever streaming. So my audio setup is pretty bad. If y'all have any advice, like if my game volume is too low, I can turn it down. Beyond that, I'm sorry for my poor mic. I'm going to try to buy another one soon, but I don't have a good mic at the moment, so apologies there. Yeah, so what we're going to be doing is a level 1 to 16 climb with USF and Soviets. I'm primarily a USF player, but it has been suggested very strongly to me by a number of people that Soviets would be a more useful faction to do this sort of thing with. And so while I can't actually promise I can get to level 16 with Soviets, I will certainly be able to get to like level 12, 13 for sure, if not higher. So yeah, we're just going to start doing it from level 1, see how far I get, see what's being useful to people. One thing that I wanted to do is I'm gonna go over like a lot of the basics. You know, when we're at level 1, we're just going to talk about like, hey, here's what your priorities should be. Here's what you should be. Oh, uh-oh. Sorry. 1 second. Simo just called me. So like what your basic priorities should be, what like good build orders are, how you should be approaching the map, what kind of units you should be prioritizing early on, and what kind of things you should just not really worry about if you're like just started. Oh, also I see that Michael Out just followed. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. So yeah, we're gonna jump into that in a minute, or in about 20 minutes. Hopefully do a short scrim with Simo. We are going to start with Soviets for the actual climb, because Again, they're probably the more, I mean, they're definitely the more popular faction, and they're also, I think, a little bit more beginner friendly. Whoops, that is not what I meant to do. But I haven't gotten to scrim with Simo in a little bit, and he's been climbing, so I wanted to play with him using my main faction. Oh, one thing I want to get off, sort of just get out of the way off the bat. I have not changed any of the commanders or bulletins here. We're just going to be playing vanilla the whole way. These are basically fine. There are better options, but it doesn't actually matter. So we're just going to do this the whole way. This is stuff everyone has access to. I'll be adding skins as I go, but that's about it. All right. All right. So as I said, this is not part of the main series. This is just sort of a pre-show for people who showed up early. And also just because I wanted to scrim with Simo. What does he got equipped here? German infantry, strategic reserves, elite troops. Okay. Probably going to see some stormtroopers, not assault guns. High chance of a tiger ace if the game goes that long. I kind of bet he's going to go German infantry against me, though, because the 250 half-track here is really strong against USF. But I'm going to be doing kind of weird stuff, probably. And I'll just play Airborne. I like that doctrine a lot. Happens to be one of the free ones. So we're just going to start off here by getting our squads captain and getting a rifleman in production. This is how you want to start almost every single USF build. Basically, so we're actually going to install Airborne here. But yeah, pretty much every time you play USF, you want to start by building a rifleman. There are some rear echelon spam strategies, and they can be good at high level play. If you watch Tightrope, he does some of that stuff, and it's really cool. But we're not going to mess with that today. We're just going to do sort of more standard stuff. So what we're doing here is we're going to keep our squads together, and just try to hold down this side of the map. Airborne is really a mid-game. Oh boy, that was bad. Yikes. Really missed that timing there. Airborne's really sort of a mid-game, mid-late game doctrine. Early game it's a little weak, but one of the big advantages it has against Austere is it has these Pathfinders, which have 50 vision. Most units, ooh, that's bad. Let's see if we can get out of here. No, we're not gonna get out of that. Okay, let's see if we can flank it with the Pathfinders. So most units have vision of 35, which is good and all that. It's the same as their combat range. Like most infantry units have 35 vision. Pathfinders have 50, which is more vision than MG42s have range. So this is really good for, back on the field. It's really good for trying to flank MG42s early. You see them before they see you, and you can avoid them. Because I'm literally just going to walk over here for a minute. My opponent tries to set up the MG, firing at the Pathfinders. Yeah, nope. Did what I was hoping to not do. Damn, I screwed up. Okay. Oh boy, this is a sloppy game. Sorry, I said I've not streamed before. I'm not really used to explaining what I'm doing while playing, so this is going to be a little bit rough. But I will be playing against level 1 players for a while, so hopefully I'll be able to get away with this. I want to push this MG off if we can. No, I'm not able to. I don't like that he has his fuel, that's annoying me. Both Gren's up there. This is not a good place to set up an MG, just because the Pathfinders are quite strong at range. and they're in green cover, whereas someone was not in cover at all.
A capture point is under attack.
Totally missed our timings here. Said very sloppy game. Just a warm-up. But yeah, see, MG's down, or almost down. Oh, it is down. If we steal that right now, we're going to be at a huge advantage. Probably can't, but we're going to try. If not, we can. He's probably threatened.
Supply line just got cut off.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to actually get it here. Yeah. Let's hope we get out of here. Come on. I'm just going to immediately retreat. We're not going to get anything else done here. Oh boy, that might go down. That would suck. I probably shouldn't have captured munitions here. I should have gone for fuel. That was a mistake, but it's okay. Got it now. As soon as our lieutenant hits... wow. The two Pathfinders. Beautiful. Okay.
The enemy is overrunning one of our
as soon as our lieutenant hits, we're going to start the mechanized upgrade, because we're going to go for an M20 this game, which should force him to do things he doesn't want to do. Just sort of the point there. More so than it is like necessarily getting a lot done. You might also notice that both of us are ignoring the VPs. This is something I'd recommend players do, especially when they're first starting out. Like VPs, having more victory points in the early game will not help you get ahead. It will help you not like lose in the end game, but that doesn't really matter. Like what matters way more is just getting ahead in the early and mid game, and then trying to stay ahead. So we don't really care about that. We're currently doing a bad job of that, but we have our lieutenant on the field, so that's a pretty good power spike. We're gonna see if we can take back our fuel and harass their fuel. Okay. I told that rifleman to get in that building. That kind of annoys me. Well, I need to get my ambulance out. Actually, no. We're gonna get the M20 out.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Okay, this is pretty good. Doing here. Oh, they've got an MG here. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We'll take that split. We'll let them have this side of the map. This is when we're gonna start capping VPs. I'm still prioritizing resource sectors at this point. Okay. Opportunity to ambush them on the road there. Yeah, again, this is sloppy, but yeah. So we're trying to secure as many resources as possible. One way to deal with MG. So we know there's an MG in this house. That's annoying. We don't want to attack it, but we can play around it.
Air supply
I
of
really
field
don't want them to
ordnance
hit us
is
with a
available.
grenade here. Okay, that's unfortunate. I was hoping I'd be able to get away with that. Alright.
M20, ready for action. Roll us out.
Alright. I guess, actually, I'm going to go with an ambulance, and then I get a 50 cal. I have a couple of low squads. I might be able to get the cutoff here. This is kind of risky. So we're attack moving our light vehicle, so that it doesn't just like run into Faust range. Okay. Now we'll finally cap the VP over there. We've gotten all the more important points. We'll have like the squad right here. Alright. Oh boy. Region 3 here. We got the cutoff. Got most of the map here. We're in a pretty good place. We're gonna just pull out there. Yeah, we're in a really good spot right now. Let's see, I like a 50 cal. I actually want to reinforce my squads more. Oh no, this is bad. Oh boy, I screwed up here. Totally mismicroed that. Okay, so we're gonna do something very silly here. Not ideal. We're just gonna drive through their base. Hope they don't have any Fausts here. Or they don't just kill us. Yeah, that's dead. That was bad. That was dumb. Okay, so we're gonna get some paras. We're still in a really good spot, honestly. We've got good map control right now. Our opponent has had bad fuel control. Now our win conditions finally coming
Be
online,
advised,
which for
friendly
this doctrine
paratroopers jumping in.
are Thompson paratroopers.
A capture point is
There.
being overrun.
Oh god, Tigrans managed to close on me. Not happy about that. Okay.
Krauts are sniffing
So we're
around
going to
our
immediately
asses.
upgrade our
Tactical
paras
point
with
being
Thompsons.
captured.
As I said, this is for our win condition. Oh, at what point? Yeah, well, to be fair, Stormjaeger, I didn't lose nearly as many resources as you did in that rush. But you won that game, so didn't matter. Okay. And in that case, it was more, I realized I couldn't escape otherwise. So we're going to go heal this MG. Hey there. So Paras, before they get the Thompson upgrade, have really good close range DPS still, but they just get insane DPS with the upgrade. So we're gonna really mess these guys up. We're about to, yeah, pop tactical advance. I was expecting to get at least like one model wipe there, but whatever. Let's just scout out over here, see what they've got. I'm guessing the MG's still in the building. Well, we want to just get another Thompson para out. Should be able to harass that point, no problem. Oh, okay, there's no MG here, so I'm just going to go take fuel. If you're fighting long-range squads with paras, you just throw grenades at them. They have really long-range grenades. That wasn't a super good grenade, but I just wanted to illustrate like just how insanely long-range they are. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, we're gonna drop an AT gun.
All stations, all stations.
Ah,
57mm gun now happening.
that's really bad. Oh,
We're losing a capture point.
oh boy. Okay. Let's see, my opponent. Ooh, annoying. Okay, well, yeah. So as I said, they did go German infantry. 100% spot on there. We just need to retreat here. Pathfinders are really fragile. We don't wanna mess around with that. All right.
A capture point is being overrun. A capture point is under attack.
Drop some Thompsons here. So we're gonna drop them back here. This is sort of not what I normally do, but I want to see if I can get a wipe on retreat there. Alright, I'm gonna push out.
We're losing a capture point.
Oh, no. In this MG fight, cover, I mean, generally speaking, cover is super important, especially in an MG fight like that. Okay, this should be on target vehicle, so that's a mistake. Alright, we got a bunch of idols here, that's not great. Okay, well, let's start this upgrade. We're gonna try to ambush them. Come over. Okay. Right. Oh god, damn it.
We lost an
That was
infantry
bad.
unit. They got wiped out.
Yeah, don't do that. That was bad. That's an example of how not to deal with grenades. At what point do I start BMing my opponent? I don't really try to BM my opponent ever. Oh god. Ah, those grenades. I'm so bad at dodging grenades. This is something I need to work on. It's a problem for me. Alright. That being said, these guys made a mistake. These guys are... Oh, okay, never mind. I'm the one who's overextended. It is me who is owned. Wait, really? Did I just get a squad wipe on that? That's hilarious. Okay, yeah, never mind. They were overextended. I was right. So the Flamer NGs in the half-track is good, but it's actually not nearly as strong as the P-Gruns. The P-Gruns are way better at getting wipes. Oh god. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Tons of idols. This is bad. It's fine. We'll just get it back.
We lost a gun crew.
That doesn't actually do any damage to the team weapon.
Our supply line just got cut off.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna screw up here. I should have a Sherman in a minute though, so that will make up for my bad play. Okay, I'm gonna go take that back. I'm gonna push in on the side.
A capture point is under attack.
Yeah, we're gonna go straight to the cutoff here, try to flank them. Okay. Bad manpower management right there. Actually, we'll just leave this here. How does it? It doesn't feel great, but I would say in general you should not worry about VPs too much until you're pretty low. It's better to play for resources. And like, we have a major right now, so we've done a pretty good job playing for resources. Given the timing of that 250, I do not think that they're anywhere near as fuel rich as we are. Alright, we're gonna go try to cut them off.
Points are down to 300.
I don't know why he's fighting that. That's not a good fight for him. Oh, big old blob right there. Yeah, okay.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Should get a wipe here. Come on. Yeah, there we go. So this is why you play paratroopers. They get lots of wipes. And wipes win games. So our opponents are already gone for an AT gun. And we're actually starting to really slaughter them in terms of infantry. We've not lost any squads. Or no, that's wrong. We lost a paratrooper squad. That was bad. But they've lost more than we have. Oh no, that's bad. Okay, this is actually a pretty bad counter though to what we're doing. So we're actually going to build a Jackson first, just because we're playing Airborne, and Airborne has enough anti-infantry. So we're going to throw a grenade at those stormtroopers and then try to wipe them. Try to cut them off over here. Yeah, we beat these guys at every range, really. Yeah, okay. So, oh god, oh god, oh god. Bad, bad. Well, we did kill a more valuable squad even if we used that one, so not the end of the world. Okay, we're gonna get a Jackson. Okay, let's see, what time are we at? Yeah, that's because I mismanaged my manpower. Okay, my stream is supposed to start in a minute, so probably just gonna surrender here. How much money does it cost? That's a good question. Yeah, so this is the reason to play Airborne. It's such a good doctrine just because it's like unparalleled among USF doctrines in its ability to get squad wipes. Other than maybe the Persian, 20.
Tank destroyer is ready for action. Armor ready. Move out.
Are you mortar? What's going on?
Ready. Move out. Make ready to use weapon. Under fire. Go. For it.
God, I thought this was on focus vehicle.
Fire main gun.
Alright, that's enough.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, let's go. What's the beef? Get it going. Move. Run, you don'ts. Enemy infantry.
Yep, okay, there we go. I mean, it's just... So yeah, Stormreaver. I don't know exactly how much
That's
fuel
it.
my
The
opponent
battle
has,
is ours.
and I know they have an AT gun. The thing is, I don't need a Sherman to kill squads, right? I'm just slaughtering them with my paratroopers anyway, so it doesn't matter. Like, it's just not necessary. I probably could have gone for a Sherman there, but getting a Jackson is sort of like a throw-proof move, right? Like, if I get a Jackson and my opponent has more fuel than I thought, then I'm going to be able to, stop their P4 or Ostland or whatever, and my infantry will just continue slaughtering theirs, especially once I have enough manpower for another airborne squad. All right, so now we're going to start the actual series. I'm going to actually go get some water. I'll be back in like 3 minutes, and then we will start. All right, folks, welcome to my level 1 to 16 teaching stream. We are going to be starting with Soviets today. I want to just hop into the games real quick, but before I do, I want to just quickly mention something about options. So, classic hotkeys, you want to turn them off. This will give you grid hotkeys. If you're new, just do this. It'll make your life easier for pretty much the rest of the game. That's it. All right, we're going to hop into auto match. I will take my vetoes off, and then we will. I don't want to play those maps a bunch. I think they're pretty bad maps, but I will veto them again once we played them once, just so that I can talk a little bit about why it's a bad map and why you should veto it. Okay, so we're starting off level 1 Soviets here. After creating the Smurf account, I did not change anything. These are the 3 default commanders, and these are the default bulletins. I did add these skins just because they dropped while I was losing a bunch of games. So we're going to just be playing with these commanders. We're not going to touch any of these settings. These are all, 2 of these are like 2 of the best commanders for Soviets, guard motor coordination and shock rifle. And this other one, guard rifle combined arms tactics, is just super solid. I don't think it's quite as good as the other 2, but you really can't go wrong here. So if you're a new Soviet player, you're like, what commander should I pick? Don't touch anything. Just play with what you have. You'll do fine. These are really good commanders. So there are 2, broadly speaking, builds for Soviets. They are penals and conscripts. There are some hybrid builds, but we're not going to get into that. We're just going to be doing basic stuff today. For our first couple of games, until we get out of like level 1, maybe level 2, we're just going to be playing penals. That's because penals are very strong combat troops, and they will win against other infantry in most situations in the early game, so they don't require as much micro. Conscripts are great, but they require more micro. So here's what our build is. We're going to immediately start building a combat engineer, and then we're going to send our first combat engineer out to cap. So the reason we're doing this is because we want to build our tier 1 for penals here, but we don't want to be floating much of manpower. So we're gonna do that right here. We also don't want to give up all of our map control. The problem with this build, right, is one of our units right now is just sitting here building something. And that's not ideal. We really want to be capping. We want to be getting map control, map presence. So yeah, we're gonna start by building a second combat engineer. This is the standard. This is what you'll see players do. And then immediately, as soon as it's done, we're gonna start building our first penal, and then we're gonna send our combat engineer out to cap our fuel. So while our penal is building, let's take a look at the map. If you're really new, and I'm kind of assuming that you are if you're watching this, at least for now, we're gonna get more advanced as we go. But for the first couple levels, we're gonna just be talking super basics. This right here, this territory is what's called a cutoff. It's called a cutoff because if it gets decaptured, if it gets neutralized or taken by your opponent, you cannot collect resources from this side of the map. Okay, we're going to send our penal over here. So basically in Co, right, there are these 3 resources here. You've got manpower, which you need for pretty much everything, munitions, which you need for weapon upgrades and abilities, and fuel, which you need for tech and stuff. So typically, you prioritize fuel is the common way to do it, and that's particularly true Soviets. We don't have a ton of great munitions sinks in the early game. Hey there, Roxizo. So we're going to build our second penal. Okay, the other thing, I had you turn on grid hotkeys. The other thing I want you to do is I want you to start using F1, F2, F3, F4, F5 to select buildings, right? From your, to production buildings. This will just speed you up. This means you can be producing units while not looking at your base, which is a big advantage. Oop, that's a lag right there. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to introduce a bunch of stuff and also play. So I'm gonna try to explain better what I'm doing. So I saw my opponent had a machine gun in this house, so I immediately retreated. What we're gonna do is we're gonna try to go around that machine gun. If we stand right at the edge of that capping circle, we should be able to avoid it. Oh, interesting. Our opponent has built a very early bunker. Okay, so when I was playing my placements, boy, that was bad. This is not how to micro combat engineers. Oh boy. Okay, that was fun. Yeah, don't do that. So we need to come around here. Our penals have this satchel charge here. If we toss it on this bunker, we can just blow it up. So we're just going to move our penal and do that. Since we're over 300 manpower, we're going to build our third penal, and that's going to be it for penals. So our loadout for a while is going to be 3 penals and 2 combat engineers. This actually doesn't have an MG in it, so we could have, as Simo was pointing out to me, we could have just run up to it, but this is a bit safer. They could have started the upgrade, and we don't want it to pop while running into it and have to do this over again. Alright, so here's what we're doing. We talked about cutoffs earlier. This right here is my opponent's cutoff for this side of the map. They have no presence on this side of the map, so if we cut this point off, they're only going to be able to collect resources from these 2 points. Oh, why are you not? Oh, you are capping. So, in general, right, Co is a game of map control and resource control. We just want to get out of here. This MG is going to suppress us. It's fine. We've done what we wanted to do. We've cut off our opponent's resources. Okay, so sorry, I have not streamed before, so I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed trying to play and think at the same time. All right, basic stuff. So we're collecting resources from this entire half of the map. Our opponent is collecting resources from at best these 2 points. So we're getting ahead right now. Just sitting in this situation. That's sort of the big macro level thing that's going on. Let's talk a little bit about the micro. So penals are great. They're very strong. They will beat Grenadiers and Volksgrenadiers. So these are Grenadiers. If you're brand new to the game, these are Grenadiers. Penals will beat Grens and Volks at every range. So you can just attack move your penals around, and they'll do pretty well. just against those targets. Okay, so we've got some idols here. Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna go cap the VPs. You notice that I didn't bother with these VPs early game. That's because, right, VPs are binary. You either have VPs or you don't. And if you don't have VPs, well, you've lost the game. But if you do, it's fine. Like you can go down quite a lot before you have to care about them. But resources will actually like help you advance in the game. Okay, so sorry, that was sort of like a high level thing. Oh, they've rebuilt this bunker, so we're gonna go blow it up again. Because we're not really a fan of this. Oh, built an MG next to it. Okay. So this is, okay, sorry. This is very common at low levels to see people do really defensive strategies. And it's not very good. It can be annoying. Oh, yeah, so Penals will also beat Pioneers close range, and at every range. Like, they're just very good infantry. So, here, they've gotten into this building, we're gonna throw a satchel charge into it, and then we're gonna retreat. Because if we hang around, this MG might screw us up. We'll see what happens. If they don't move it, that's... Yep, that's dead. Okay. So, sorry, folks. Alright, I'm just gonna retreat all my units for a second, and then kind of regroup my thoughts. I'm doing stuff, I'm not explaining things very well. So what I want you to do when you first start out is focus on two things. Map control and unit preservation. This will get you pretty far. So we're doing good at map control. We've got most of the map captured right now. We're denying our opponent's fuel. We have our fuel. That's good. That's a good start. But we need to now take advantage of this fact that we have this big fuel advantage. So what I did, and I should have mentioned this while I was doing it, is I built Soviet's tier 3. So Soviet teching looks like this. You got tier 1, this is your scout car, sniper, penal. You build this when you're doing a penal build. Your tier 2 right here, this is sort of your support weapons. You generally build this first if you're doing conscripts or if you get behind. Your tier 3, so if you have either a tier 1 or a tier 2, you can build your tier 3. Since we got ahead with this build, we're just going to go straight into a tier 3, which is what we did. And now we have enough fuel to build a T-70. So we're going to do that. The T-70 is one of the Soviet sort of power units, and almost every build involves a T-70. Since we're really ahead on fuel, like you see, our opponent hasn't recaptured that fuel, they haven't cut us off, so we're getting 33 fuel income, and evenly split map, I believe, is 23. Yeah, triple cap, don't worry about that, right? The triple cap is happening, but what does a triple cap mean, right? Like, is a triple cap going to give my opponent a tank? No, I don't care about that. I do care about the fact that he's capping that fuel back, and that fuel back. So I am going to go try to harass those points. Alright, now we have a T-70. So we're going to go send this T-70 up here. We're going to go attack mode. So when you're microing... Oh boy, that is a very white squad. Yeah, this is bad. You don't want to be capping with a one model squad, especially in super low health like that. Okay, so my opponent has built yet another bunker. We're just gonna go kill this bunker here. Alright. So we're gonna drop a satchel charge on this bunker. But all we're doing here is we're just flanking their bunkers whenever they build them, blowing them up, and in this case killing the squad as well. So we do need to start microing this a little bit. We need to get it to shoot at this 222, which isn't really a big threat to us. We're just gonna drive right up to it. So 222 is a nice little light vehicle. It's good at countering light vehicles, but it can't really fight light armor. Unless you do what I just did there, and you show your rear armor. A light tank like the T-70 has enough health or enough armor that it's just going to ignore anything you try to do to it. So yeah, again, we don't really have to worry about this triple cap. This is not a big deal. We're just going to go and we're going to repair our T-70. And we're going to go cap up more than that. So we're going to go take this point, and then we're going to go swing around here. And then we're going to go kill this bunker again. And then we're going to stop being triple cap. Because yeah, at some point you do have to start carrying. Now is not that point. We also can build our tier 4 soon. We're floating a ton of manpower, so we will do that soon. Okay, so yeah, T-70, very powerful unit. It's really the only thing you have to, the only couple things you have to worry about early game, or once the T-70 shows up. You have to worry about like, so this mortar's shooting at us. So I'm just gonna move the squad over here so it takes less damage from it. Ah boy, that MG is annoying. We're gonna force that MG out of the house because it's starting to annoy me. Okay. For T-70's almost up. Yeah, there we go. They have a pack. That's the thing we have to worry about, is this AT gun. Oh, and they have another, interesting, another armored car. Okay, we have to worry about that too. Let's go cap this point. Okay. So T-70, it's a power unit. It's not immune. It is largely, it's immune to like small arms fire, basically. So we're just gonna kill this 222. It's not really a threat to us. That AT gun might be repositioning here, so we're just gonna move behind this bush. And we should be safe. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now we're gonna push. Again, we're just gonna go keep flanking here. Yeah, see, that AT gun repositioned. Ah, damn it. That is annoying. That is annoying. The range on that thing is annoying. The fact that I can't dive it easily. So we're not gonna try to dive it. We probably could. This person's micro is not great, but we're just gonna play it safe here. I'm gonna go, and we are going to cap up. We're gonna send T-70 over here because we know the AT gun is like in the middle here. Our opponent isn't super active, so it's probably still there. Yeah. Okay, so we're flanking them right now. You know, we're doing this with the T-70. It's fine. This is really what we're worried about, though. We want to flank this position here. Oh my god, another armored car. Okay, so we are actually going to dive this with the T-70. We can do that, but, you know, I'm going to try to keep things simple for now. We're going to build as few units as possible, like as few types of units. We're just throwing a satchel charge with that. Oh god, oh god. That was amazing. That was so dumb. Don't do that, what I just did. That was extremely dumb. This is hilarious. Don't do this. This is what happens when I try to explain what I'm doing. Okay, so we killed that. Now we're going to go and kill the rest of this position. Our opponent is really just spamming some really basic units at us, so we're fine. We're just gonna go tech up. Yeah, for sure, Roxtier. What you're saying makes a lot of sense. I just want to show you, like, you can deal with most things in this game with just basic infantry. And that is very helpful, to know that, right? Like, most of your problems can just be solved with infantry. And in fact, we're going to steal this AT gun. So one of the things that you can do with infantry is you can then steal your opponent's steam weapons and turn them against them. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take this pack, and we're going to then use it to kill all the bunkers. But yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, AT guns are very good against bunker spam. We just don't have to do that, so we're not going to, right? We don't want to do things that, you know, we don't want to. We just want to tech up. We want to build tanks, and we want to use those tanks to overrun our opponent. And if we back tech, that's going to cost us fuel, and we don't really want to spend that fuel. So I'm just going to go harass their fuel again over here. So again, right, like our opponent, we lost our T-70. Big whoop. Oh, and we lost the combat engineer. That's right. Okay, we're going to rebuild that. As I said, squad preservation is important. It's one of the things we want to focus on here. We just want to focus on using our core infantry well, right? If our opponent builds a big fighting position right here with all of their stuff oriented in this direction, then we just don't attack them here. We just go around. No, that's a good thing. I don't think that's going to do anything, but we'll see. Okay. So we're just going to pick guard motor coordination tactics, and we're doing this because it lets us build a T-34-85, which is a very good generic vehicle. Yeah, I'm going to go for the T-34 because we can build it faster and we can just end the game. We're very ahead at this point, right? Like, look, we were triple cap forever. Our VPs are not good, but who cares, right? We're way ahead of our opponent. Our opponent has been spamming 222s, and that's about it, right? Like, we've been able to steal some of their team weapons, kill some of their others, blow up a bunch of bunkers. We're just going to go straight for their cutoff again. Oh, okay. Those P-Grens mean that we will not be going straight for their cutoff. Oh, interesting. That's a mistake. But here, we're just going to go shoot at that. Yeah, no, again, I'm not playing optimally right now. I'm trying to, like, explain what I'm doing. So we're going to talk more about, like, the things you should actually be doing to use your float later. This is just sort of basic, like, okay, you want to focus on infantry, right? Your infantry can solve most of your problems. You want to use positioning. You want to use positioning. Oh god, I should have started the secret before. So I'm gonna start my tank. This should end the game for us, just straight up. If our opponent doesn't surrender, the T-34 is gonna end the game for us. Yeah, we're not playing optimally. Just again, at this point, I'm trying to explain a bunch of stuff. Unfortunately, this game is very complicated, and so there's a lot that you kind of have to think about, even starting off pretty early. But what I want you to focus on, right, like, is your core infantry control, making sure they do their jobs competently, and okay, just shoot from that. Yeah, I mean, there will be no tomorrow for him because our T-34 just showed up and he has no answer to that, unless he's built like a bunch of packs or something. Yeah, we're just gonna kill him. Like, we've got a tank now. So, right, our opponent tried to play really turtly, and because we went for... Oh my god, there's another scout car. This is so annoying. We're just gonna kill that. Our opponent tried to play super turtly, and rather than, like, actually change our build to counter him, we just used our infantry well, right? That's all we had to do. We didn't have to build any counter units to this. We could have. It would have been effective, but this was fine. So now we're just going to push in on this person's base, and we're going to try to kill their stuff. Just all their stuff. And get them to surrender. Because, yeah, I mean, we could win this game, but we're in a very dominant position. And it's just because we got good map control early, right? Like, our opponent was building a bunch of bunkers early game. We just said, nah, screw it. We're going to just cap. Alright, so our opponent left. So, right, like, if you think about what happened in that game, our opponent decided that they wanted to lock down the VPs early. Boy, that is a terrible build order. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. That sounds very annoying, Roxizo. Yeah, so if you think about it, our opponent said, I want to go establish a strong defensive position on all of the VPs. And we said, we're going to go cap as much of the map as possible. And because we spent our resources early game on mobile units, yes, Stormjaeger, that's true. A sniper would have helped them quite a lot there. Although, honestly, you know, because we went tier 1, we could have just built a counter sniper. It would have been no big deal. So, right, if you look at, I mean, the KD is pretty big, but let's just look at this for a second. Let's just look at points held, right? This does not actually adequately explain how much better our map control was, because we had our opponent cut off for most of the game, right? We kept just hitting their cutoff and just starving them of any fuel. But this is what we focused on. We just focused on having good map control, and we focused on squad preservation. We lost one combat engineer, because I did a dive that I probably shouldn't have. And we lost our T-70. But our T-70 did a lot for us, so it's fine. Like, it did its job, and it died a hero. So yeah, we focused on just preserving our squads. We retreated when we were in bad engagements, and we just tried to hold as much of the map as possible, and to turn that map control into powerful units, right? So we built our T-70 when we could, and then we built our T-34. We missed our timings, right? Those timings were not good. I was explaining stuff. I was not trying to hit my timings perfectly. But that's sort of the general concept. You want to get more resources than your opponent, and then you want to use those resources effectively to try to get a bigger advantage. So we're level 2 now. We're gonna just jump into another one. As I said, we're just gonna play penals at first. Penals are much easier to micro, so a big part of this game is understanding engagements, and penals are much easier to understand. Penals will just beat any of your opponent's early infantry. Conscripts, you gotta like put them in cover, or you gotta charge people. Like you gotta do more stuff. Penals, you can attack move them, and you're fine. So that's why we're gonna stick to penals. If we play against an OKW player after we're like level 3, we're gonna build a scout car, but we're gonna stay away from light vehicles until we're level 3. Basically, this is because light vehicles are relatively fragile. They're very powerful, but they're relatively fragile. So we just don't want to take any risks. We're going to play conservatively and simply. As I said, this is not anything approaching an optimal build order. Yeah, you're right. I could have blown up the tier 1. Yeah, that's true. As I said though, like right, I want to try to just like explain broadly what I'm doing and why. So I'm gonna walk us through the build in like more specific terms this time. We've talked about a lot of high level concepts, but I'm gonna go like dig more deeply into the build. There are basically 3 reasons that we build a second combat engineer. The first reason, I don't know about that Stormjaeger. I really think penals are very easy to play and they're very strong. And like this is a build, right? This is a build that you can modify as you get like better at the game, and it's going to scale with you. Like Maxim spam does not scale very well. You're going to reach a certain level of opponents will just crush you. Penals are good at every level of play. Okay. So we got another austere opponent. So again, we're just going to do penals. We're going to, as soon as we start in, we're going to start building a second combat engineer, and then we're going to send our first combat engineer to start capping. And we're going to cap towards the nearest fuel point. Okay, so in this case, this is a really weird map. So this is the cutoff right here, and then this is the fuel that we want to go to. We can go here, but right, we're going to have to cap sort of like awkwardly close to our opponent's side of the map. It's relatively easy to punish us doing that. We're just going to do this. So this guy is going to build our tier 1. I'm doing something here called edge capping. You really don't have to do this. So we're just going to queue up capping orders. We're just going to say, we want you to cap there, and I want you to cap there. This is fine, right? What's more important is that your units aren't idle. Like edge capping allows you to limit your idle time if you're microing your capping. But if you don't want to worry about it, and like right now, we don't want to make things any harder for ourselves than we have to. I'm starting my penal now. You can basically start the penal as soon as the tier 1 is finished. You should have almost exactly 300 manpower. Right, what we want to worry about is keeping our squads doing stuff. So if just like going into the tactical map here and like shift clicking orders like that is what keeps your squads busy, just do that. Really don't worry about like edge capping or anything like that. Yeah, so we're going to send our first penal up here, just sort of, we're sending all of our units on one side of the map. This is just kind of a safe way to play. It means that if our units get caught in a fight, they can protect each other, which is particularly important for us early because combat engineers are pretty terrible. Oh, for sure. Edge capping is great. I do it all the time. I'm just saying, if you do not want to worry about this right now, you should not. Okay, so this person's going to jump in this building. This is fine. We're just going to pull back here. We're actually going to retreat one of these combat engineers. And, oh boy, got some lag. Okay. Oh, did I start? There we go. I missed the timing on the penal. That's bad. Floating is bad in general, but it's particularly bad early game. Alright, so I know there's an MG here. I'm just going to play around it. I'm going to go hit their cutoff, because I'm guessing that they went this way. Yeah, they did. And then this will mean they can't gather any resources until they go deal with my penal. I'm going to send my other combat engineer over here to start capping. Yes, that is exactly what I'm going to do, Stormjaeger. That's why I left this combat engineer here. So Stormjaeger pointed out, this is exactly what we're going to do. One of the upgrades for the combat engineer here is the flamethrower. We are going to wait until we have enough munitions for a flamethrower. And then we're going to walk up to this tree line right here. In fact, we can just do this right now. We'll just wait here. Okay, this opponent didn't respond. So I'm going to start moving towards the fuel point here. This is a slightly aggressive thing to do, but I'm guessing our opponent is once again playing very passively. Okay, we have enough fuel for our flamethrower, so we're going to hit T here. And then once this is finished, we're going to use the attack ground button to burn this building through the tree line. This is a really useful thing to know how to do. Attack ground is generally useful, but it's especially good with flamethrowers. People often don't notice it's happening. Okay, so we got this building here. Oh, so yeah, our opponent's gone for an early mortar. So our flamethrower popped. We're just gonna start burning this. I'm also floating fuel again, or floating manpower again. We're just gonna start building that. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna run up here with our penals. So the MG is shooting at our combat engineers. It takes time to turn over here. We're just gonna run up here. Oh, never mind. We don't have enough munitions. Okay, well, we're just going to sneak over here then and retreat. Yeah, so this is a really, really common strategy for people at this level is to go for support weapon spam. And the way you counter it is just play infantry. Like, seriously, you can beat it with your own support weapon spam, but there's no need to. You can just win with infantry, and infantry are just generally the way to go. So if you build infantry every game and focus on that, you're going to do better than if you try to, like, go for mortars and that kind of nonsense. Like, if you see, like, 2 MGs and you're like, I'm going to go for a mortar, that can work. A scout car can be useful. As I said, I'm not going to be building any light vehicles. A scout car is great. I'm not going to build any light vehicles until level 3. Yeah, I think we did wipe the MG. It seems pretty dead. Okay, so now we have enough munitions here that we can just throw a satchel charge into this building. And probably get another wipe on this MG. Yeah, uh-oh. Okay, there we go. We got it. Now we're just going to retreat, because that satchel will blow us up too. So, building's dead, MG's dead. Now we've killed 2 MGs. I think we've killed 2 MGs. We might not have killed this one. Let's see. I can check the kills on that engineer unit when we're done. Okay, so I'm going to build my tier 3 now. Got enough manpower for it. Yeah, so like you can go for like a counter mortar to this sort of thing, but I would say don't. And the reason for that is that a mortar will force them off, but it won't wipe them, right? Your infantry, you can wipe them and you can steal their team weapons really easily. And if you steal like a single MG, that's often just game over, right? That's like a huge loss for your opponent. Because not only did they lose all that manpower, you now got it for very cheap. So we're just going to build a T-70 again, right? We're doing the same thing as last game. We've got our 3 penals, got our engineer, we got a flanker. So this has 4 kills, so yeah, we did wipe that MG. So yes, we've wiped 2 MGs, we killed 2 MGs. We didn't just wipe them. If an MG dies in a building, the weapon is just dropped and lost forever, whereas if it dies outside of the building, it can be reclaimed. So killing them in buildings can be good if, you know, we're not in a position to recapture them, but just then keep in mind. Alright, we're going to go up this way, so we can push in over here. So we're just going to wait till we have 70 fuel, and we're going to build our T-70. Something that you might be wondering, just because this is something I see a lot of new players do. Okay. Never mind. Oh, hey, we're just going to walk up to this mortar, see if we can kill it. Again, right, like, we could have dealt with this with our own mortar, but why? Like, we have a perfectly adequate solution that doesn't involve in any way compromising ourselves. I thought those guys were in cover. Yeah, so this is the other thing, right? Like, a lot of people at low levels will play super defensively, and they'll do that so that they don't have to micro.
We are losing
Yeah, we should
territory.
retreat here. The Pioneers actually do quite a lot of damage close up, but now, yeah, they're probably going to die. Yeah, a lot of people at low levels don't feel like they've got enough micro, so what they do is they play really defensively, and then they don't learn how to micro. And so we're not going to do that. We're just going to... Okay. We missed our timing on our 270. Oh, we're restarting it now. This is kind of unfortunate. We're hoping to have it before they got the 222 out. But that is okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick guard mortar coordination tactics, and we're going to build a single guard rifle squad. The reason we're doing this, and we're just going to retreat this blob, there's really no reason to fight that. So, if you've played Penals before, you know that they have this PTRS upgrade. The problem is, if you get the PTRS upgrade, they lose a ton of their anti-infantry damage. Guards are actually just good against infantry and vehicles, like light vehicles. So we're just going to build them. We're not losing any damage. Also our T-70s here. So we're going to have our guards focus on those. We're also going to start the upgrade for the DPs so that they're really good long range. So yeah, we're going to kill this because our opponent's not microing. Our opponent just laid a mine, so we saw that. We're just going to attack around there, which can blow up the mine. Oh boy. That's not the kind of minefield I was thinking. But yeah, we're just going to kill this. Now we're going to move in. We're also going to go cap this side of the map. Yeah, it can be. Those things are kind of annoying, to be honest. They require a fair bit of micros to be used effectively. And they scale terribly. Whereas guards actually scale quite well. Oh god, we just walked into a minefield. That's bad. So what we need to do, and I'm glad our opponents did this, a lot of people at this level do not, is that they built mines. So we're going to build a mine sweeper. We're just going to go back to our territory. Actually, I don't need to do that. So we're going to build a minesweeper here. Whoops, that's flamethrower. And just move over there. Okay, so we've stolen this mortar. Well, we've killed it, so we're going to seal it. Right? So we didn't build a mortar, but we have one now. And now we have further... Okay. A further answer to this opponent's team weapon spam. If they build like an AT gun, we now have a great answer to it. Just going to retreat. Oh, there we go. It's this gun. So we're going to run now. Over here, these guys will automatically detect mines. And as long as they're detected, you can go over them and it won't do any damage. They'll also automatically disarm them. So, those guys are fine. We're just going to pull back some of our damage squads. Go fix up. Hey man, penals are there. They're not that expensive. I guess I'm a USF player, so I see penals reinforcing at 27, and I'm like, ooh, nice, a discount on reinforce cost. Fancy. Okay, we're going to move the combat engineer to go repair here. We just saw the AT gun over here. Right, we saw it right over here on the minimap for a second. So we're just going to go over here and probably kill the AT gun. Alright, we got our mortar and all that nonsense. Look, we didn't have to build a mortar. We got a mortar anyway. So what we should be doing at this point... yes, thank you. That's a really good question, Keeps. Keeps just asked what I am looking for, what I'm moving around to see. Oh, crap. I just walked through mine. Oh well, it's fine. Go over here. Yep, okay, there's the AT gun. Oh boy! Oh boy, that is a threat to our T-7. I'm just gonna retreat. It's okay. We've got infantry all around us, so they're dead. No longer a threat. Alright, so we've also... actually, we have not successfully surrounded that. My bad. We're just gonna... Okay, Yeah, I like shocks too. I prefer them, but our opponent built a light vehicle, so this is just like the safer thing to do. Okay, so now that our engineer's back home, we've got enough fuel, more than enough fuel to build our tier 4. And then it'll be built by the time we have enough fuel to get our first 234 85. Which is, again, our win condition. So again, we're just doing a really basic, straightforward build, doing the same thing every game. For a while, until it stops working. Although, honestly, this will work for a while. Okay, we just took their AT gun. Great. Now we can go send... We're gonna steal the AT gun. We don't really need it, but we don't really want our opponent to have it. So now, we're gonna go kill that. And these guys are all... Okay. So now we're just waiting to get enough resources for that. We're gonna steal this MG. Right, so by going infantry instead of AT, support weapon spam, we were able to take 3 support weapons this game, right? If you go mortar, that's fine. Like, you can force off MGs with that, but you're not gonna you're never gonna steal 3 team weapons by going for your own mortar. And this is why you just go infantry. Like, especially at this level, this is what you want to be doing. Okay. We're going to go sweep the rest of these mines and cap this fuel. Our opponent, we now have literally the entire map. So we're going to go over here. We're going to send some of this infantry up here, just in case they decide to go over here. Okay, we have enough for our first T-34, so we're going to go Boba. So, and just to be clear, this isn't to say you shouldn't, attack against your opponent, but that if your opponent goes for team weapon spam, the best way to attack against it is actually just to do good stuff, right? Do stuff that's going to be good no matter what your opponent does. This build would have beat them had they built a bunch of, grenadiers, right? Yeah, I'm going to wait on that. I'm guessing they're building packs. There's really no reason. We're going to go send RMG over here. There we go. Now it's time for a base inspection. Okay, so we're just going to go dive their base now and try to kill some units, because we've got 2 tanks. And we've got 48 fuel income, so if we lose them, it's not really a big deal. Anyway, sorry, Keeps, you asked me to talk about what I'm doing, what I'm paying attention for. So, I like to use the mini-map, primarily. I don't use the tactical map that much. I've been using it here, just to help people see what's going on. But the mini-map is really where my attention is most of the time. I'm just gonna... Oh, can I not get out of recon mode? Okay, there we go. Alright, well, I'm guessing they've got a bunch of packs in here waiting for us. But here's the thing, it doesn't matter if they do. Oh, I guess not. Okay. What is this? Comp Trooper Headquarters. Mechanized. Yeah, let's kill that. The MGs will just kill the Pioneers eventually. We're just gonna blow up this. Oh yeah, that's true. We can just kill the base MG. And then we can go in with our penals and we can throw satchel charges and everything. And man, it happens. But right, okay, again, we did exactly the same thing that we did last game. Yeah, our opponent's AFK. This will also happen to you at low levels. People will go AFK. This is a situation where, fair enough. I mean, they should have just surrendered, but, I get it. I get why they went AFK. They were annoyed. Oh no! That MG is being a problem. That's okay. Our, once we kill the mechanized... Oh god. Alright, these boys are gonna throw a big ol' satchel charge here. Kill that. Yeah, I could bring my ATG. at this point, this game is over. We're just trying to end it a little bit faster. Oh god, don't stand too close to salvo charges. We can actually build another. Oh no, on top cap. Never mind. We stole so many team weapons that we got top cap, and we can't build more tanks. Yeah, tragedy. Anyway, so right, we did exactly the same thing we did last game. We did a basic build that's going to be good against basically anything, and then we got better map control. We used that better map control to get tanks, and then we used those tanks to get even better map control and more tanks. That's just sort of like a good straightforward game plan. Here we didn't get triple cap for nearly as long, but again, it doesn't really matter, right? Like, if you are getting ahead in units, then it doesn't matter if you're losing a bunch of victory points. I've won plenty of games where I was down to 20 VPs versus my points 400. It's fine. Like, if you are actually getting ahead, it's fine. If you're not getting ahead, then yeah, you have to worry way more about VPs. But we were in a good space. We were continuing to push our advantage and get more ahead. So that's what we need to do. So I'm actually gonna go take a 3-minute break to go get some more water. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the best player. I'm sort of like mid-elo. I think I can definitely get to level 16 with USF. I might not be able to quite get there with Soviets, but as I said, I'm just going for the basic stuff right here. How to approach the game, how to think about it. And right, see, because they had a bunch of team weapons, notice how few units they killed, right? If you run into an MG, you just run away and then you flank it, right, with a different unit. And so they get almost no kills. So they get blood of manpower. You don't end up losing actually that much manpower at all, especially if you just build medics. What they're doing right here, this sort of team weapon spam, is a bad strategy. We're going to build a sniper against it next time, just to show you how much more it can be punished. Thank you, Von Ivan. Thank you. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I guess I can't take a break because Von Ivan just hosted me. All right. Hello, all of Von Ivan's viewers. I guess we'll be playing another game. We're doing a level 1 to level 16 climb today. We're not going to do the whole. We're not going to do the whole thing today. I will only be streaming for the next 2.5 hours actually, but yeah, we're going to get as far as we can. The idea of this series is to just be a teaching series oriented at new players, people who are struggling to climb. I'm not the best player. Not even close. I'm level 13 with USF right now. I'm not super strong or anything. And no, I'm not making it to level 17. This is a level 1 to 16 climb, and we're probably not going to make it with Soviets. We're going to make it with USF. That's not a problem. But we're probably not going to do it with Soviets. I'm not that good of a Soviets player. I'm playing Soviets, though, because I want this to be an opportunity for new players to... I want this to be an opportunity for new players to get a basic idea of how to approach the game, get an idea of what sort of strategies they should be employing, and yeah, that kind of thing. Just sort of an introductory thing. Help people who are struggling to climb right now. So we've played against 2 team weapon spammers in a row. Oh, and now we're playing on the worst map in the game, probably against another team weapon spammer. Ah, boy. So, Angeville. This is one of the maps I veto, and it should be pretty apparent why. As soon as we load in, I'll show you the mini-map. And I think you will see why this map is bad, and you should ban it. Oh, went the wrong way. Okay, we're going to go this way for now. Okay, so, whoops. Okay, there we go. So, there are 2 VPs right here. This is incredibly easy to lock down with just super campy play. Even if you lose the entire rest of the map, it doesn't matter because you can sit on 2 VPs. So I hate this map. I think it's terrible. But you know what? We didn't veto it because I said I wanted to, show you some play on all the maps. Whoops, sorry. Hi. Jeez. We're gonna build our tier 1. No one saw that. No one noticed. Yeah, that's more or less right, Stormhager. Yeah, I missed my timings. This is bad. Don't do this. Play better than me. That's advice. That's some advice for you. Play better than I'm playing right now. Okay, so we see our opponents coming this way too. So our combat engineers probably can't fight very much, but they might be able to cap before they get here. We'll actually stand on the edge, the far edge, so we can run away. We got our penal coming, then all comes force. Okay, so I just said to you that this map is bad because you can win by sitting on these 2 VPs. So then why did I go this one? Well, VPs do not matter early game, so we're just going to go and get all the resources on this side of the map. Send our penals over here. Cool. All right. So, like, if you count up there are 4 strategic points here. There are 6 strategic points on this side, and there's a fuel and munitions. So there is 6 more fuel and 5 more munitions on the side. So if you split the map like here and here, this player is going to get ahead on resources. Okay, we need to build our second penal. And we're going to send our first penal. Did you see that little red flashing on the mini-map? We saw that they were capping here. We actually are going to cap the VP earlier this time. Yeah. There's probably a machine gun somewhere over here. So there's a chance we're just gonna have to run, which is, it helps being right here, right? So if the machine gun's right here, if it's here, they can't see us at all. Okay, we're actually gonna send our other penal squad to this side of the map. Okay, so Keeves asked me last game what I'm like looking for, what I'm thinking about. And the answer to that is I'm trying to figure out where my opponent is so that I can exploit that. Oh, so this is great. We're going to have enough munitions to just throw a satchel charge in this building. There we go. We probably just wiped an MG, right? This is way too aggressive. They should not have done this. This is a big mistake. Do not push in like that. There's probably another MG waiting for us over here. So we're actually going to scout here with this guy, see if we can get an MG to start shooting at us, and then see if we can flank it with the penals. I'm just guessing there's an MG there. Yep, there's an MG. Okay, it's not where I thought it was, so that's fine. I don't really care about that. I'm just going to take this point then. Okay, so we're floating a bunch. That's bad. Yeah, again, if you're like low level and you're struggling with something like team weapon spam, just play penals. They'll work even if your opponent doesn't do that. And as you've seen, with just spamming satchel charges, you're just going to get tons of wins. People have a tendency to just leave their stuff in buildings. We will not be banning Stormjaeger. He's a good guy. We're just going to go take the fuel. Okay, we got our next penal squad. We go here. Oh, look, there's another MG. Okay, so we're gonna actually build a sniper this game. I promise we build a sniper. And I'm gonna do it because I am the streamer of my word. Okay. See, look at this person. This person has so many machine guns right now. This is ridiculous. This is way too many machine guns. Also, we can just walk past this one. This is what we're going to do. So we can't go flank it. We're going to go flank that other one now right now. Because they're trying to set up here. We do a lot of damage close range. So we're just going to run out of their... Right, we're just looking at their firing arcs. And we're just being where their firing arcs are not. Again, do not do this. This is bad. Yeah. So one of the problems with MGs, right, is if you spam a bunch of MGs and you get pushed off the map, it's very, very difficult to then get back onto the map. We're playing penals. We don't really suffer from that problem. If they were to play a Gren build or just like a more balanced machine gun build, they would have a much easier time pushing back onto the map. Because these players, the last 3 players who played, have all just chose to spam team weapons. They've had like, difficult to attack positions at points, but we've been able to exploit that. We've been able to move around their MGs. We've been able to blow up their MGs, etc. We didn't end up building a sniper just because that game was over, right? But yeah, a sniper will also really help you. I had one game when I was doing my placements on my main account for Soviets where my opponent built 7 MG42s, and I just built double sniper and just decrewed all of them. It was pretty funny. So you can do stuff like that. Do be wary though. If you go for snipers, you can get counter sniped and you can die to light vehicles. So just be careful. I'm gonna go get some water and restart my game, and I'll be back in like 3 minutes. Okay, I am back. I mean, you can do that, Stormjaeger, if you want to. It won't really serve the stream, because the point is, right, here's the kind of play that we're seeing at a given level, and here's what you need to do to beat it. But you can log into your Smurf and try to stream snipe me. I will definitely lose to you. Stormjaeger is definitely a better player than I am, especially when it comes to playing Soviets. I might be able to beat him with USF. Definitely can't do it with Soviets. Also, this is both a Soviets and USF stream, so we're starting with Soviets, obviously, but we want to switch over. I am not that good. I am not gonna. I would just die again. I played J for Jet yesterday, and he just destroyed me. I actually played him on stream. If you want to see him just crushing me, you can go check that out. It was pretty funny. So now that we played Angaville, which is a terrible map, I'm gonna veto it. Yeah, you're right. He did know when to surrender. Okay, so again, we're just taking like a dead simple build here. It's just gonna serve you well. Like if you learn to play penals reasonably well now, you can get very far doing more or less what I'm doing now. Like the timings are not very tight. I'm being kind of lax about that because I'm talking about stuff. But like if you just play penals well, you can get pretty far. This is just a really robust build, and part of why I want to play it at this level is to show you that you can use it to just crush team weapon spam. which is by far the most common strategy here. Yeah, Roxyzo, I veto some of those. I personally veto Engaville because it's terrible. Westworld because it's just like insanely snowballing. Ironically, because I play USF, I'd probably win more if I played Westworld, but I don't like it. It's not a very fun map. Arnhem Checkpoint because it has like the most abusive cutoffs I think of any map, and Vilshanka, and only Vilshanka. I like the map; it's a cool map, but I've encountered a lot more bugs on that map than on any others, so I just veto it to be safe. I had a ladder game where my where my Churchill lost all of its abilities, including like reverse move and attack ground. Yeah, Lost Glider is a terrible map. I mean, I would definitely veto Lost Glider if I had 5 vetoes, but I don't. So I play Lost Glider because I hate it a little bit less than I hate some of the other ones. Yeah, I don't find it nearly as offensive for whatever reason, even though objectively it's kind of a bad map. If anyone has any like questions about build order or like, you know, why I'm doing what I'm doing, I'll try to like just talk more about my tactical choices rather than my strategic choices in this next team because I've talked about the build for the last like 3 games. Out of curiosity, I'm just gonna see what level were those people who were just playing, because you get kind of messy matchmaking. That person was level 1. Oops. Yeah. That person was also level 1. So I think we are like genuinely playing like level 1 players for the most part. Yep. Okay, we've played like 3 level 1 players in a row. So yeah, we're definitely playing a bunch of level 1s. Yeah, Sandor. So I'm sorry if that's annoying, but I'm the goal of this stream is to be like a learning tool for new players. So I want to explain what I'm doing. If I'm talking too much, I can shut up a little bit more. That's fine. I'll play better if I do that. Yes, Stormjaeger. That's a good point. So again, I'll talk about capping. I'm just gonna talk next game just about my tactical choices. Um, yes, a whole level 2. Yeah, so that's a good question, Keeps. So if you see a flashing flashing sector on the mini map, what that tells you is that there's a unit there, right? And you can kind of guess what that unit is. So you try to use that to like figure out how you're going to position. If you know that your opponent has like 3 MGs and nothing else, which is very common at this level, it's probably an MG sitting there. So you want to guess what angle is it set up at, and then try to go around it. Often, at higher levels, it'll be like infantry, because people build infantry above level like 2 or 3, I guess. Scoped, I'm doing a 1 to 16 stream. I'm doing this as sort of like a noob's version of Vibe's Bronze to Grandmaster. I'm not a superb player, but I'm sort of like a mid-elo player. This is just, I made this Smurf to do this. Yeah, and the idea is to like showcase, the progression of skills that you need to play at different levels. At level 1, like, really, your opponents are not going to be able to control the map. And so if you just control the map reasonably well, you're going to get tanks before them, and you're going to just run them over. And you'll be fine. Ooh, Arnhem Checkpoint. Cool, I get to veto this map after this game. I don't know if y'all have been counting, but every single time I've thrown a satchel charge into a building, I've gotten a squad wipe. This is a map with a lot of buildings, so people love building tons of MGs. I'm kind of curious how many squad wipes we can get via that. Just abusing people not really having much micro. Yeah, Roxizo, I'm currently not that high rank. I've gotten within like 10 leaderboard positions of 16 with USF. I've been trying out a lot of new commanders with USF lately, so my rank has been fluctuating. Okay, so um, we are going to just cap this side of the map early with our tier 1. So yeah, we're going to start capping here, and then we're going to hit the cutoff, and then we're going to get our fuel. Well, yeah, it depends on how much follow-up we have, right, Scope? Like, if we're playing USF here, we're going to have a rifleman coming right behind this engineer, and then that makes a lot of sense. But here, look at how far this guy is. We're gonna do better if we just do this. Really, this guy should finish capping this first. Yeah, it does. You're absolutely right, Scope. It's just that in this particular situation, I'm not sure that's actually the case mathematically. It's definitely the case if you have a build that does not involve building a unit immediately. So if we were doing like USF again, or conscripts. If we were doing conscripts, we should definitely go for the fuel first, and then cap the like intermediary point. Okay. We're sending this guy to the middle of the map. Basically because by the time combat squads meet us over here, he should be sort of like halfway in between. Like, they should be sort of halfway in between where our combat engineers are now and where our penal is going to end up. I'm guessing though our opponent is doing MG spam. We're just gonna cap, like, right. Oh, okay. So we see that flashing red there. We saw it for a second. That means they were capping. They probably finished capping. Oh, nope, they're capping again. Okay. So we don't really want to fight that. So our combat engineers, we should think about them as, oh, there we go. There's a machine gun. Okay, this is the first machine gun. Oh, for sure, Scope. That is 100% true. We do not want them there. Yep, okay. So hopefully in a few games, we're just going to cap this point and then immediately retreat. Hopefully in a few games, we will get past the MG spam 100% of the time, every game situation we've been in. Alright, we're going to go push in this church. This person's being a bit more aggressive, which is good. Okay. We're going to go cap that munition spot. Yeah, that's a good strategy, Stormjaeger. Here we really don't want to have our cutoff taken by an MG because that would be just super annoying. So we're gonna make sure that doesn't happen. Scope is 100% right. That's why this is a bad map. I mean, there are many reasons this is a bad map, but that's like the main one. Okay, so we're gonna at least get the decap here, and then we're gonna just run. Penals are not penals. Machine guns are not great capping spots, so we're just gonna take advantage of that fact. Right, he's running back in. we capped this point, so he had to go cap it. Now he's running back here, so now his machine gun's not in a good position. We know there's a machine gun here. We think there's a machine gun there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to approach it from this angle with one penal squad, and then we're gonna approach it. So we're gonna move in here this way with one penal squad. And if the machine gun turns to shoot at them, we're going to run in with this penal squad and satchel it. If it doesn't, if it's not there, okay, they're facing that direction, we're going to run in and we're going to satchel it. Oh god, there's another machine gun here. Jesus Christ. Ah! If we can, oh, there we go. That sucks. Okay, so we need to do something a little bit. Promised I wouldn't build light vehicles, but we're going to do it. It's just going to make this a lot easier. Okay, this is actually another way that you can really punish people using a penal build for going for lots of team weapons. I'm not going to be building mortars as a matter of principle. Okay, so if the MG is not set up like this, you just want to walk towards them.
We have a new scout car at our disposal.
Okay, we got our scout car, we've got our flamethrower engineer. Great. We're also going to get medics as soon as we can. There we go. Medics on the way. Decap that munitions. Honestly, we've got a pretty even map split right now. I'm going to put this light vehicle on like hotkey 1, or not hotkey 1, control group 1. Get in there. Do it. Just do it. There we go. Beautiful trees, by the way. Love these. Okay. So, if you don't know, flamethrowers deal extra damage to units and buildings, and units that are pumped up, and units that are in green cover. So this unit's taking tons of damage, right? We're gonna wipe them, right? I'm gonna get this out real quick. We're gonna repair this, and then we're gonna hop back in. Okay, that's a bit annoying. We're gonna sit here for a moment. We should be able to drop another model. Ah, never mind. Never mind. Oh boy, that was bad. P-Grunt spam. Okay, this is something you're gonna encounter at a lot of different levels of play, so you should definitely get used to this. Okay. We're gonna see how much damage we can do here. What we want to do is we want to get to the angle where they're not, and then just burn them. Oh! That was a fast move on their part, but I think we should be able to get through it first. Yeah. Yeah. This thing... Oh. Wow, that was bad micro on my part. Okay, so you see, while we're doing this, we're just pushing over here. Interestingly enough, units in red cover, they normally take more damage, but just with flamethrowers. Just flamethrowers exclusively do less damage to units in red cover. So, weird little quirk. I'm going to send that squad back to heal it, just because I know there are P-Grens on the map. Okay, we're just going to retreat. Look at the map right now. We've just kicked them off most of the map. Alright, we're going to go over here. This unit, we're just gonna repair this up real quick. And then we're gonna actually retreat this guy and build our tier 3 so that we can build our T70. Damn. So we're gonna decap this first. Yeah. I don't know. I actually personally don't think that P-Grens are as good as like just a regular Gren build, but that's just me. I'm probably wrong. I find it easier to play against because I'm a light vehicle player. Alright, we're gonna go get this machine gun. This machine gun is annoying. Again, we're doing tons of damage because they're in a building. Meanwhile, we're gonna send 2 of our there we go, I think we just killed it. Fantastic. Okay, we're gonna go send it over here to support. G43 P-Grens, interesting choice. Okay. This guy is gonna build our tier 3. We're floating a ton, because of course we are. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh, there we go. We lost our scout car, but it was super worth it for us.
We are losing territory.
Let's see. I'm kind of curious about this. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Okay. So we should have our tier 3 up in a second. Yeah, P-Grens are kind of a bad matchup for Penals. But it's okay. It's not a disaster. They haven't gone for any light vehicles or anything, so what we're going to do is we're going to go pick this Doctrine, Shock Rifle Frontline, and we're going to call in some shocks. Because shocks will do very well against P-Grens. And we're also going to build our T70. So we should be able to come back on the map pretty strong after that. We just need to be careful with our T70 of that one squad with the Shrek. I'm going to send this guy here. Actually, let's send this guy in here. I want to have this guy to do house fighting. I want you over there. We're just going to work our way around this side and see if we can like just push in. This is actually, they took this, but they didn't take the cutoff. Yeah, this is why you have to pay attention to like cutoffs and like how points are connected, not just how valuable they are. Alright, we got a T-70. Okay. Alright. I think we should be able to hit them with a flamethrower from here. Yeah, we can. Hilarious. Oh boy. Big P-Gram blob. Okay, we killed another machine gun. That's great. It's like a big part of what we're trying to do here. Now our opponent's going to come up with that P-Gram blob and try to kill our... Oh, maybe not. Well, what they should have done is they should have tried to attack... Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're going to throw a grenade at them. Jeez, that's a lot of P-Grams, buddy. What is this? PE? We're just going to throw a grenade. This blob. Kite them a little bit. Those incendiary rounds are not very effective against this particular target. And we roasted. Okay, there we go. We killed both the MGs. We pushed off this blob. We basically did everything we needed to right there. We moved that point up. For those. Sure, we're in great shape right now. Go hit that cutoff again. I don't know if they'll have an MG there.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Chad Vet 3 combat engineers. Flamethrowers, they're good, folks. Now is the stage of the game where what I would like to do is just build a bunch of mines. Alright, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to build some mines. Just gonna plop some down. I'm going to throw one down there. Seems like a good place. Okay, we want to retreat with the shocks there. Ooh, that's quite a blob. But, yeah, blobbing, not really the way to go. Like, we have the entire map right now. By being blobbed up right there, there's not capping. Okay, we're going to actually build that mine somewhere else then. Bam! The World Championships is happening like right now. Send you back to base. And then we're just going to build our tier 4. This blob is going to be a little bit annoying to deal with. Honestly, I might just build a Katyusha. I'm trying to keep things simple, but if someone does this kind of thing to you, it's going to be annoying. And if you build a Katyusha and you just kill the blob, you win. Look at this shit.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Oh, you have group zeal? Okay, so we've talked about team weapon spam and why that's bad. Now we've got the other side of that, which is just blobbing your infantry. Yeah, I am going to do that. I'm just going to go dodge their base, because they've got all their squads messing around here. I'm going to see if I can kill their heal. Or just the finders, that's fine too. Oh, I love when the T-70 does that. Stop shooting that one model, shoot the pumped up ones. You've got good AoE.
Supply sector under attack.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go.
The sector has been cut off.
Ah, see, now they retreated. Great. Cool, we forced them to retreat. I wonder if there's any left with the Shreks, because one of the Shrek squads retreated.
Our territory is falling
Let me just go push this, because why not? Look, our opponent's still cut off, right? Like, they're not getting any resources from one of the Shreks retreated, actually. And we saw it, like, run past us. So we know for a fact that one of the Shreks is back at base. Oh, interesting. There's a vehicle. Oh shit, they have a P4. Wow, have way more fuel than I thought. How do they have enough fuel for a P4? Okay. I'm baffled by that, but Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna retreat. We're gonna give you some of those. Wow, I'm actually blown away. I know I have 200 fuel, but I've been like controlling the map really well. Huh? Okay. We're just gonna build a PTRS or two and deal with that. I don't normally do this. This is sort of a panic move. I screwed up. You need to retreat. That's not good. Yeah, so we're just gonna build our tier 4. We don't have that yet. Oh wait, hold on. No. I don't.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Alright, what do we got here? Oh, stormtroopers. Fine. Okay. I might actually be able to bait that P4. Well, this game has gotten weird. We're gonna call another shock troop.
Shock troops have arrived.
I think the P4 is somewhere in this direction. And then we're gonna just get a T-34. Or no, we don't have that. What are we gonna do? I guess we'll...
Incendiary artillery is now available.
Bummer. Okay. I guess we could get an
Enemy is
Su-85.
encroaching on our
I kind of wanted to stay working Su-85. Just because it's kind of annoying to micro. For like, you know, if you're a new player, it's pretty awkward. Now we're gonna throw grenades, see if we can get us to wipe here. Oh no! Oh, actually, we might be able to. Come on, combat engineers, get him!
We are losing supplies.
You can do it, combat engineers! You can do it! No! Tragedy. Okay. That didn't work out. Okay. What do we want? We could get a KV-8. Honestly, we could just get a KV-8. That would probably be pretty quickly. No, we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna build. Oops, we're gonna build a couple people. Okay, that was a waste of a shot. Or stun grenade. I do not remember telling you to get me that photo. Okay, push in here. Really threw me off. I wasn't expecting. Don't know why you're advancing into this. Alright, well this thing is probably just dead. Yeah, it's kind of dead. Well, we don't want to get hit by that. Oh no! Come on. Come back here, buddy. Come back here and finish time. Here's the funny thing, right? Like, our opponent was getting totally destroyed, and then, what did? They built infantry. Instead of just trying to spam... Yeah, okay, that thing got away. It's a bummer. We're just gonna die, though. Our opponent was getting screwed over because they went for team weapon spam. We're sending T-70 over here just to chill out. I wonder if they fit me in my mines. Alright, let's see if we can kill this. Should just be able to... Oh, come on. Panzer Tactician. Oh, I gotta run. Come on. Damn it. That was annoying. Alright. We're just gonna see how he reacts. He's to a satchel. Oh, okay. Guess he didn't react at all. Yep. I'm running. Actually, did I build the second T-34? I hope I did. Yeah, we should just get an IS-2 because that will for sure. Oh boy, I was expecting to keep. Let's drop some incendiary rounds right there. Oh no, I didn't drop. Okay, I was fine. We gotta win. That's what I actually cared about. Yep.
What do you need? Move your forces. What is it?
Sorry, this is such a messy game. I was not expecting this to go this long. I mean, we're still in a very, very comfortable position. Like, our opponent's not actually doing that well. They're just being annoying. I mean, not really, right? Like, they don't have any map control. And we're still draining them. Like, we're fine. It's just... because of that P4, I wasn't able to end the game when I was hoping to. Come on. Heal up. Alright. I'm still kind of blown away that he got a P4 just because how much I've been hitting his fuel, but... yeah. We're on our way to an IS-2, and that should just end the game.
The enemy still has 300.
Oh, hi there. Hi there, P4. We're just gonna kill the pioneers that are repairing. Although actually we need to repair.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
I'm guessing this person's probably closer to like level 4 or 5? Yeah, they they have a decent grasp of what basic things we need to be doing here. Which is not really something that can be said, well, okay, this blob is not ideal. Might just win here. There we go! Yeah. Okay. That was pretty funny. Oh, here we go. IS-2. Yeah, so that's why you don't blob. Oh my god. That just wrecked him. I do need to watch this fight here because they might be upgrading the Shreks as we speak, and if so, this could get ugly. Yeah, this person's not very good. Honestly, it's this P4 that's been keeping him alive. Should just be able to end the game here. Oop. I'm gonna block these guys up. This is actually the kind of tactic that you'll see pretty high up into the ladder. We're just gonna kill these P-grunts. I mean, they're strong, but they're not like that strong. They're not gonna survive this. Yeah. Yeah, the KV-8's great. The problem is, by the time I could have gotten one, my opponent would have had, would have already had a, whatchamacallit, P4. And the KV-8's not great against the P4. You can kind of kite the Shrek blobs, but it's not that great. The answer that we went for, which is just, okay, you can have your blob, but we'll kill it. That's true. Yeah, you can absolutely do that if you do it early enough, but right, like the Shrek blob can come online super fast. Now we're kind of just waiting for this person to surrender. I guess I can just kill this building. Yeah, the Shark squads are pretty nasty, to be honest. They're definitely a pretty strong comeback in player.
Reduced to 200 points.
People, like, do not want to surrender. I mean, what are they? Are they, like, getting, like, a Tiger Ace call or something? Like, that doesn't happen anymore. Okay, there we go. Okay.
Glorious victory, comrade.
I'm kind of curious, because that person definitely... I mean, they weren't particularly good, but they did seem better than the people we've been playing against. At the very least, the strategy they chose to employ was much stronger than Team Weapons there. This stream is not going to be in all like in one day or in 1 week. I'm probably going to do this like stream every weekend for a little bit and see how that goes. Hopefully at some point I will actually get like a proper mic because I know my audio sucks and I'm sorry for that. It's not great. Okay. Let's see. I'm kind of curious. Yeah. Right. Like at this point, from this point on, we kind of this is the point where we like route the MGs, I think, and then from that point on, we just dominate the map. And this is the problem with like that MG spam opener, right? Is that if you get pushed off, you are really going to struggle to get back on the map, especially if your MGs get killed. I'm kind of curious. Maybe they were just level 1. Who knows? Oh, no, okay, level 4. Yeah, that makes sense. Definitely a lot stronger than the players we've been playing against, but still, like, they did not succeed there. Let me see. How close are we to level 3 right now? Oh, we're barely there. I guess we'll play one more game, and then we'll switch to USF for a little bit because I do want to. The goal here is to stream both of them. Yeah. The tier 1, tier 2 skip was pretty bad. I will say I've encountered players with decent micro who do similar things up to level like 11 or 12. It's not very good, and you can generally just beat it. But yeah, it is something that you can get kind of far doing. So I wouldn't discount it completely, but that sort of like P-Grand spam is a very legit strategy. The problem is blobbing them all and relying exclusively on P-Grants for anti-tank are problems, especially when you don't have very good micro and you're not like retreating your squads. And I've got like a death blob of like the T70 and the T34 going and wiping your anti-infantry squads. That game would have been much easier had I just built like as this guy, but I'm trying to stick to the very basic build here. Actually, that illustrated a really important point. I see a lot of new players just like automatically get the PTRS upgrade for penals because they say, oh, it's an upgrade, right? It's better. It's definitely not. You definitely do not want to get that unless you absolutely have to. So like that game, I got it because they had a P4 and I didn't really have a great answer to that. But generally speaking, you want to hold off on getting that as long as possible. What do you mean, Keeps? Are you saying that you agree with me that you shouldn't be starting with a ton of support weapons? I'm not saying don't start with any support weapons. Just like, don't start with only support weapons, right? If you have like 2 or 3 MGs, you probably have too many. I think that's kind of true, but they require better position, right? Yeah, okay, I'll play some conscripts. My support weapon play is kind of mediocre, which is one of the reasons I've been focusing on infantry. I'm a USF player, so for me, like, infantry is the bread and butter. I also think that if you focus on basic infantry play, you'll get further. But yeah, I can do some of that. My support weapon play is not good though. It's definitely below my level. Not my Smurfs level, but my actual level. um, part of the reason I'm teaching infantry first, right, is I just want to emphasize that infantry are vastly more versatile than team weapons, and they're much harder to punish. So if you build infantry every game, if your opponent does cheese, you can probably answer that cheese. If your opponent doesn't do cheese, you're well equipped to fight, their standard build. Yeah, absolutely, Stormjaeger. I'm not trying to model like a high level build. I think conscripts are better than penals. Like straight up, if you have good engagement micro, you should be playing with conscripts. We're currently playing at level 2, and I'm trying to show a strategy that like a level 2 player would feel comfortable with. And so I want to stick with penals because besides like P-grams, they're just going to win against infantry. And that just makes your life easier. We haven't actually been facing infantry, except for P-grams. We've done, 3 team weapon spam players in a row, and then a P-gram spammer. But once we start actually seeing things like Grenadier builds, penals really shine. And as I think I've illustrated, right, they're powerful against these team weapon builds. Against a really good player. I mean, I've lost to like double MG stuff from like really good players. I played against someone who's like top 50 Ost recently, and he just destroyed me with like a double MG opener. He was great, but part of that is that his positioning was really excellent. And most people do not have excellent MG positioning. Like, as I said, I'm like a mid-elo player. Like, I've kind of been bouncing around between level 11 and 13 with USF lately. Gotten pretty close to 16 a couple times. I think I can do it for sure. USF doesn't have levels 14 through 15, so you just go 13, 16. And there, I think most of the people I play against don't have great MG positioning. Whereas, like, you watch someone like Tightrope, and he plays like a triple Vickers opening or something disgusting like that, and he just destroys people because his positioning is fantastic and his game sense is great. But let's start with the basics. Let's start with infantry, because infantry is the backbone of any army. Oh, okay. So we have someone. It's good to look at people's bulletins. It doesn't always tell you what they're going to do, but this person has an MG build faster bulletin and a bunker build faster bulletin. So, does anyone care to guess what we're likely to see this game? Oh, I forgot to veto Arnhem checkpoint if we played it. Yeah, so we're gonna do basically what we did last game. We're gonna go penals, and then we're just gonna build an M3 scout car earlier. And we're going to use that to probably just like end the game if we can. Yeah, so this is actually more of a legit tier 1 build. Like normally I would say it's fine to just go tier 1 and then just build penals, but in general, like if you feel comfortable with this game at a reasonable level, you should be playing conscripts unless you specifically want the M3 scout car or the sniper. Those are the units that make tier 1 worth it. Penals are great. They're very strong early. They just don't scale. Like, conscripts scale insanely well. Penals scale very well offensively, but they don't scale that well defensively. So, like, conscripts just trade super well once they've scaled. That's not really true with penals. They're just fine. And so, yeah, I would recommend doing that. They're also just way more versatile, right? You can build cover with them. You can, have snares, and you don't have to give up your a third of your infantry firepower to get a super short range snare. You just have like a normal snare, and you have an on-demand sprint ability. Like, you're golden. So I would say in general, just play conscripts. They're better, but if you're just starting out, penals are much easier to micro because they win fights just kind of by default in the early game.
Strafback needs orders.
We're actually going to diverge from our normal build order here. I'm being greedy. I'm assuming that my opponent is going for MG spam. So what I want to do is I just want to take as much of the map as possible right now so that it takes them a while to take it back from me. Oh, and we missed our scout car timing. Ah, hold on. Where is it? Oh, no. Damn it. Sorry, I can't actually see my production. The chat is in the way. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Keeps. It's over the course of a fight, it's terrible for your DPS. So when you're doing a scout car build, this is what you do. I mean, you don't miss the timing like I did, but you do normal double combat engineers, and then you just go straight into you get your first penal, and then you're gonna have enough fuel for your scout car. You just go straight for it, and then you build 2 more penals just like normal. Oh, there are actually Grens here. That is surprising. Which is bad for us, because we just built an armored car. We really actually don't want to fight Grens with that, but hey, it's fine. We're just going to retreat from here. We don't really want to fight this. Okay, we're going to get a flamethrower. Actually, we're going to move this guy. We were gonna use our scout car to like meet up with our penals, which is what you should do. You should put your penals in there, but we missed the timing on the scout car, so don't worry about it. Yep. Okay. What we are gonna do is we're gonna get the flamer engine into them. Ah, and there's our first bunker that we destroyed. Okay. I actually lost a double Osman on stream yesterday. It was USF versus OKW. It was like actually like a good OKW player. It was triple Raketin into double Osman. And I was just like, oh, okay. Oh. Alright, we gotta be careful. Grens have a snare. If you don't know what a snare is, it is a anti-tank weapon that will crit vehicles if after the snare lands they are at less than 75% hit points. Okay, we're just hitting their cutoff here. We're just gonna go away. I'm guessing that they've got an MG in that building now. So, oh no, never mind. That's actually, they've chosen a better place for that MG. All right, we're gonna go harass these guys. Oh no! Take it to the stand, sure. Shit! Oh god, we might lose this, buddy. Please don't die. There we go. Okay, we're fine. Okay. We haven't gotten much out of this, unfortunately. Our opponent built Grens, and I was not expecting them to build Grens. So that turned out much worse than I thought. They were going for a rifle grenade. You really have to be careful with rifle grenades when you're in yellow cover because you get punched up, but you don't get any damage reduction if you're in green cover. I get killed by those so often. It's so annoying. Oh, they're going for our cutoff this time. Fun.
Supply sector under attack.
Okay, so we're gonna, as soon as we're done with this, we're gonna jump in here. And we're gonna just go and flank them. This is interesting. I'm surprised by this person taking such a, frankly, good strategy at this level. We expected worse. Oh god. That was a big stroke. Yeah. We can probably get the counter wipe though here. Let's see. Hoping to actually.
Soviet HQ now includes a field hospital.
Okay, so we screwed up. That was bad. One of the other things you'll see sometimes at this level is people just absolutely spamming, grenades. Rifle grenades. Oh, this is bad. So this is not a good time to Faust because they are low enough that that could have been a wipe. I don't think it will be this time. No, they're going to get out. But that's not a good time to Faust. You don't want to Faust when Fausting might result in getting squad wipe. It's not really generally worth it. It's certainly not against a vehicle as cheap as the scout car.
Penal troops are standing by. Our territory is falling into
Fortunately, I
enemy
have to
hands.
rebuild those penals. Not ideal.
This is our sector. Penal troops have secured the sector.
Ooh, come on. Get in. There we go.
Move out.
So we're gonna just do what they did to us, but with satchel charges. That shouldn't really work. People should dodge satchel charges. They're very easy to dodge. But they do not. So yeah, do be wary of grenades on both sides. Oh, there's a scout guard. Okay. So we're gonna get some guards. We're gonna bail out. Call in some guards. I think dead. If they just sit here, we can actually just throw a satchel charge on them. Okay, they're gonna disappointing. Almost. Yeah, spamming grenades can be pretty good at this level. We want to go for Archer 3. We can't because we pulled in those guards. Yeah. Damn it. So that was a mistake. That was an example of manpower mismanagement. I now have fuel that I can't spend because I spent it on oh, hey there. This person has a pretty decent idea about how to use MGs, actually. Definitely got to be careful with this more than the last couple people with weddings.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Oh, shit. Okay. Alright, we're gonna get the
The
DPs.
sector has been cut off.
So once both are upgraded, you want to be attacking. Your penals want to be attacking their Grens at close range. Oh, they've already gone for a pact, so that's kind of interesting. So this actually, because they went for a pact, we're kind of incentivized to not get a T-70. Like, they have invested a lot of manpower into that pact. And if we are able to invest our manpower well into other things, we can get more of an advantage. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think, you know, a T-70 can still operate great here. But right, if our opponent builds a pact and we don't build anything to shoot at, our opponent has just squad wiped themselves for us. Like, that's fantastic. Okay, I think there's an MG over here, so I'm gonna position. Maybe retreat you, get you healed up. I gotta say, I'm surprised our opponent didn't try to choose this. I thought for sure we were gonna get like hardcore cheese. Damn it. Oh shit. Oh, I thought I had someone capping my cutoff. Okay, that was thorough miss micro. Well, I decapped this at least. Yeah, we do need a T-70. I was hoping to avoid it.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
I don't know. Can I get away with this? I'd really like to just not... Okay, we're going to build a mortar this game. So this person has shown that they're actually good enough with MGs that we need to care about them a little bit. So we're going to do that. Also, this will be good against their infantry. We're actually, I'm gonna make an executive decision. This is not necessarily the correct thing, but we're gonna skip to 2-4. Ah, god damn it. Ah. The scout car is actually so weak that it will take serious damage from just small arms fire. Wow, that was surprisingly accurate.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
I haven't used this thing in ages. Come on, back on there. You can do it! Good, buddy. Alright, we're gonna button it. Wow. Okay, cool. We killed it. I'm gonna push in here with this.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Alright. Meanwhile, our engineers forced off this MG. And we have really good map control. So yeah, we're just gonna go straight for our T4, and go straight into T-34s. Oh, we can... No, never mind. They actually retreated effectively. I was gonna say, we might be able to get a squad left here. This is bad. That Gren is probably gonna die. Whoa. Hey, look at that. Oh, they can't get it. But hey, one of these penals can get it. Did you know that penals get 69% better accuracy at bet 3? But I told you to get that. Go get it. I have penal. Should have been the other one, but oh well. Yeah, mortar's good here. Very good. It's going to be annoying for them. Also, I should retreat one of my engineers.
The enemy has 300 points remaining.
Oh, here you are. Yes. Yeah, the penals of an MG42. Very, very deadly. You just have to just micro around this shit. Just... Oh, that actually might be dead. Grens? I don't know. Probably not.
Marking and targeting of vehicles is now available.
Yeah, we now have like the entire map. We're gonna have a tier 4 in a second. Yeah, this is the first person who's really forced us to consider something other than infantry. and tanks. Infantry and tanks. This also illustrates what I was saying though about the mortar. Like, it didn't get kills. Well, it got like what, 3 kills? But what it did do is it forced people out of position, which is really useful once you have infantry to take advantage of that. But if you don't already have infantry, that's too fast. Damn it. If you don't already have infantry, your mortar's just not going to do as much. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I can just blow up his dude. Okay. Alright, there we go. First T-34. Going to be time for base inspection soon. Just bombard that. We did have to work harder that game, but it wasn't too bad. Honestly, that wipe was just so brutal. I told you to get behind there. Why you? That's interesting. So does this not block line of sight? Weird. What? Are they? Or are they shooting me just in the other side? Okay. Interesting. Yeah. I know someone mentioned that they hated this map. I don't love this map either. Crap, that was a good grenade.
The enemy is
Yeah, good way to use
T-34
grenades.
ready for combat. T-34 on the move.
We're about to get our second one,
We are
actually.
losing supplies to the enemy.
A couple seconds from building our second one.
We are losing territory.
Okay, so we know that the AT gun's coming to meet us. So we're gonna wait till it shoots, and then we're gonna just shoot it with our mortar. Oh, there we go. Oh, hey, there's an Osprey. Hey, well, I don't think they're gonna get a chance to get a double Osprey. We're gonna build our second T-34. There we go. Alright, we can probably go for base. Oh, never mind, this time. So yeah, that was an example of, like, most of our opponents have been using their team weapons super passively. They just, like, position them once, and they're done. They don't really care, right? They're like, here, I'm protecting this point now. That's very easy to exploit. This person was playing significantly better than them. They were playing great, but they were playing much better than the people they were playing against. And that is that they had recognized that they needed to move their MGs, and they were using them to push in aggressively, which is much more effective than playing passively with them. But, again, infantry reigns supreme. Even that game, they did build a fair bit of infantry. Look at the kill-death ratio again, right? Like, big part of this is that if you're investing a lot in MGs, you're not going to get that many kills. Okay, we reached level 3. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to go get some water. It's going to be like 3 minutes. And then we're going to play some USF, just because this is supposed to be both. And I like USF more, and I'm better with USF. So we'll play some of that in a minute. Yeah, we'll just be on intermission for like 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, we are back. I gotta say, I was expecting there'd be like 3 people watching this, so the fact that we have 42 viewers is awesome. Thank you all so much, and thank Von Ivan in particular for dumping all of his audience on me. This is my first time ever streaming, so I'm sorry if it's really rough, but I've been having fun. I hope other people have been having fun too. Okay. How do I want to do this? All right, I'm gonna throw this out to chat to decide. I have 2 builds. They're not quite standard builds, but I think that they're good builds for beginners and particularly against like MG spam. And I just want your feedback. Do you all want to see the armor build or the airborne build? They're both good. Armor is like more aggressive. It's going to be better if my opponent chooses to build infantry. Since we're level 1, they probably won't. So the airborne build is probably better, but I think they're both going to be fun. If anyone has any preference there. The basic build is going to be we're gonna call in a rifleman because that's how all USF builds except for like the extremely armor it is. Except for the extremely uncommon build of like rear echelon spam. Everyone begins with a rifleman. Part of this is that riflemen are your like the only unit that you have with a snare, and they get their snare through experience rather than through tech. So you want to get it out first, but also your 0 CP infantry, which is what we're going to be using. We're going to be using assault engineers and rifles in this build. So this build's going to be really aggressive, just really like about field presence, kind of like our last build, but much more aggressive. We're going to go for 1 rifleman, 2 assault engineers. We're going to build a captain, and then we're immediately going to build a pack howitzer. We're just going to try to explode onto the map, take as much as we can, and if we end up getting stonewalled by MGs, the pack howitzer should just level them. It's a really good unit. Phenomenal at this level in particular, where people really, really love to just build MGs and sit in their houses. So yeah, strong recommend there. And then after our pack howitzer, we're not going to build any light vehicles. You know, I'm trying to avoid light vehicles in the early phase of this playthrough, just because I think light vehicles are really intimidating for new players. They're very fragile. They can be really powerful, but losing a light vehicle is really frustrating. So the AA half-track is good, and if you were to do this build at a higher level, I would recommend building an AA half-track with it. And for the record, I think this is a totally viable build. Like, if you just do this at a high level, you'll do fine, or like at least mid-level. Assault engineers, fall off a little bit as people get better and better at taking engagements against CQC troops. But, that aside, this is a solid build. And I'll show you how it works. And generally how to play USF. Soviets are, I wouldn't say necessarily more defensive, but they are just a really solid faction that's oriented around like being super hard to exploit. They have a lot of options, and their options aren't really like you don't have to like choose. You don't have to make that painful choices between things. Like in any of the games we just played, I could have easily gone tier 2 and built like a Syscom with Maxims. That would have been fine. That's only like 20 fuel. But with USF, if you want a side tech for other units, it's really expensive. So you generally pick one officer and you build that officer. Not always. There are good dual officer builds. But oh, you're right, 15 fuel. That's right. It got buffed recently. Thank you. Oh no, I left. No, there we go. Yeah, it's super cheap. For USF, if I want to get a machine gun, I have to spend 35 fuel just to unlock like my lieutenant, right? If I go captain and I also want a machine gun. If I go lieutenant and I like get the mechanized upgrade for lieutenant, I spent 55 fuel. I've got my machine gun. I've got my light vehicles. If I want to get a pack howitzer, I have to spend 55 fuel to do that. That's a substantial amount of fuel. And USF Tech is not super cheap. It's not really expensive either. It's kind of middle of the road. But yeah, it's generally easier to pick one officer and just build that. You will, on average, do probably better, at least at a lower level. It used to be that officers cost 200 manpower rather than 250, like just a few patches ago. And when that was the case, getting 2 officers was amazing because you basically saved 160 manpower on infantry. I've definitely been seeing some double officer in high level play, but I don't play enough Axis to really know how popular they are on ladder. I'm mostly a USF main, so I don't usually experience the other side of it. I personally like single officer builds because it lets me get out a fast Sherman, or if I'm playing something like Airborne that has like insanely good anti-infantry, it lets me get out a fast Jackson. Yeah, Tightrope does really weird stuff though, right? Like he's a fantastic player and he likes to experiment, so I would take that to mean it's probably viable. But also that doesn't necessarily mean it's the most efficient thing to do. He also plays a lot of rear echelon spam, which he makes work. He's a wonderful player. Okay, so we got a rifle. Actually, I'm doing this wrong. We should go over here. Volshanka. This is another map by detail. Yeah, Tyrope's great though. Like if he's doing it, that means it's certainly viable, and I do think it's viable. I just don't necessarily think it's what you want to be doing every game. And I want to start people off with something simpler, because if you go double officer with a new player and you end up like falling behind, it's gonna feel like your tech is taking an eternity. All right, we've got our combat engineers. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're just calling in. See how fast this build is compared to our last build, right? Like, then we had to like build tech buildings and then, wait for stuff to build. Here we have 1 unit that has to build, and then we're going to call in 2 units. So we're going to get a ton of map control really fast. Let's see if we can push. See, I might just push straight over there. And we're just going to call in another Salt Engineer as soon as it's available. And then the next thing will be to build a captain. So one thing that you should be thinking about a lot is range matchups. Like what range is your unit good at? One thing to keep in mind, and this probably everyone here, is aware of how cover works, but I'm just going to cover it in case there's anyone that isn't aware. Yellow cover, those like yellow dots there, that gives your unit 50% received accuracy, which means they take half as much damage from small arms fire. Where's my rifle? Oh, there we go. We want them back here. Alright, we're gonna build a captain as soon as he's available. It's gonna be in manpower. Alright. So actually I also want to talk about upgrades here. Earlier, this is not a good matchup for Grenadiers at all. Yeah, Assault Engineers are very good at that. Actually gonna cut up. Yeah, actually, if we take this, it should be good. Oh. So yeah, and then green cover, it gives you 50% received accuracy, and in addition, it reduces incoming damage by 50%. Oh, this is a death finder spot, or it should be. Oh no, is he gonna get away? No. Oh, they've gone mortar. Okay, so this person has gone, you know, a little bit more of a hybrid build. So the captain on the field immediately start building a bar on it. So some upgrades, you might have noticed that we have flamethrower upgrades for the assault engineers. Those are good upgrades, but they're not like strict upgrades. The captain upgrade improves its DPS at every range and makes it just a very menacing squad. Whereas the flamethrower actually reduces your DPS at close range. So you don't necessarily want to get it. You want to prioritize getting the bar for sure. Oh boy, that mortar hit. Okay, well, we can flank this. The assault engineers are so strong that we can just be really aggressive. This is how we want to be playing assault engineers. We want to just be bullying our opponent, wiping their team weapons like we just stole an MG. And that's fantastic. As long as we don't get wiped here by the mortar, we're in great shape. We need to... oops, sorry, wrong thing. Where is the right button for the pack house route? Okay. So our map control's great. We just stole a machine gun. This squad, we don't really want to send it out too much yet because it's very fragile right now. It's really bad, particularly with an assault squad like this, to send them out damaged because they'll drop a lot of models on approach and then not actually do much. So we just want to keep denying our opponent their fuel. So we're gonna move this MG back to their fuel and just camp it, or their cutoff actually. Yes, so we should be able to build a pack howitzer soon. On the camp out. Yeah, okay. Soon, TM. Alright, here's an interesting thing. So, the captain has a bar. Oh, interesting. So, the captain has both the bar that we gave him and just a kind of weak Thompson. Between those two guns, very strong at close range. Alright. We're just going to charge this guy. We do so much damage at close range. We deal more damage than an assault grenadier squad does. So we can charge anything our opponent has up until key grants, basically. At which point, you know, we've stolen their MG. So yeah, we want to build a pack howitzer now. Oops, that's the wrong thing. I said I cannot actually see my production. I'm doing it all with hotkeys. Yeah, we're just pushing in here. So our goal here is to get a fast Sherman and then just end the game with that Sherman. This is great. This is fantastic. Our opponent's engaging onto us in ways they absolutely should not be.
We're losing a capture point.
Should be able to get wipe here. Yep. Great. Oh, come on. Yep, okay. Shouldn't have ran in there. That was a mistake. Okay. So I screwed up my micro there. We're gonna move our pack howitzer in here. Some support. As you see, we're ignoring this. I mean, we could take it, but I'm mostly keeping the rear echelon here just for vision, so that I know if my opponent is actually trying to like ambush me. We're sort of major now. We haven't really taken many casualties here. Yeah, like we're coming back with like. Yeah, we've actually taken hardly any casualties this game. I don't know how many, but I'm guessing it's not very many. Yeah, so bar. Because the captain has a bar here, it will beat the assault friends at basically any range. Grenades suck. Oh, okay, that actually needs rules. But Pack Howie's fantastic. This is bad. They should not be running here. They beat rifles at close range, but not by that much. Okay, we just killed a Gren squad up here. That's great. So squad wipe. We're 50 fuel away from our Sherman, which is our win condition. I mean, we can win without it, but like,
Battalion just released a major for
here
action.
we go. We got our major. Okay, so now we're going to use this major to push down here because there was an MG in a building we didn't really have a great answer to. We have a pack howitzer. We want that pack howie to be defending at the moment. Send our captain up there to help. These guys are going to push in with our major down here, and we're going to get the triple cap going. So the major, we want the major because it's got this barrage. There's going to be an MG right there. So we want to just charge with one of these guys, draw its fire, artillery it, and then we should be good. Mortar's annoying. Okay, major's here. We're good. We're going to charge in now. We're only going to send one squad in, right? Because he might get pinned or suppressed. Are you in range? Yes, you are. Oh, there's not an MG here. Huh, I thought there was. Oh, there it is. Oh, I found the MG. Oh boy, that mortar. That mortar makes that a risky endeavor. Okay, we're gonna need that. Alright. We missed the timing on our Sherman by a little bit. It's okay. It's really not a disaster. Killed the MG. Oh, yeah, sure, I can talk about that. Quickly, I'm going to push in here. So the Major has several abilities. They're kind of like a caster unit for you. They're really helpful. They've got a recon flight ability. I'll just show you right now. We've got a ton of... Oh, actually, it's out of range there. Let's see. It's actually kind of like the Rifleman Flare ability in some ways, but it costs more. Alright, they're trying to grenade us. Unsurprising. Again, very common thing you'll see. You know, people, like, at this level are not going to micro their squads very well in terms of, like, engagement micro. So what they'll do instead is they'll just throw grenades every time they can. Okay.
Capture point is being overrun.
Just watch our beautiful pack howitzer. Okay, here we go. Sherman online. Now we should just be able to win. We're going to go for a base inspection. We'll see if our opponent actually has built any AT. At the very least, we should just be able to push them off the rest of the map. I honestly underuse Major Recon, just as a rule. Oh boy, that's bad. That's not what you want. That's not what you want. You don't want to be pumped up like this against this sort of firepower. Alright, we're going to go in for a base inspection. I'm guessing our opponent either doesn't have or... Ah, there we go. They're probably going to snare us. Doesn't really do anything. It's just the snare. You have to... So, the snare does 100 damage. Medium tanks have 640 hit points. Which means that... Right, they need to be less than... Oh! You're right, I did forget to switch to AT shells. Thank you.
The battle is ours.
You're right, I absolutely did forget to switch to AT shells. Sorry, a bunch of my screen is covered by the stream chat. Oh, I bug spotted. Okay. A bunch of my screen is actually covered by the stream chat, so I can't like see my unit abilities or production. I'm just going based on hotkeys. All right, so that was our armor build. I think this is just a really solid build, to be honest. I think it would work. It probably would work at my level, at my current like USF level. It's just really solid. Like assault engineers beat everything that shares a timing with them. They beat Sturms. They beat assault grenadiers. Did that register as a win? Yeah, okay. You'll notice that we actually have 2 wins. The other account I actually had 11 losses before we started here. One person crashed within like the first 10 seconds of my game during my placements, so I won a game. And then for this one, I actually ended up, yeah, assault engineers do beat Sturms. Yeah, so there's a couple reasons. If you fight them at like close to 10 range, assault engineers will beat them really consistently. Sturms can win, if you just sort of like camp at long range with assault engineers, Sturms can beat you. If Sturms ever try to close, they're screwed. You can close much more effectively than they can. And so, yeah, it just generally works out for you. One of the things to keep in mind, right, is that the Sturm Pioneers, they lose a quarter of their DPS when they lose their first model, whereas you're only losing a fifth of your DPS. So over the course of a fight, assault engineers will, the vast majority of the time, beat assault engineers. The same is true with assault grenadiers, except in this case, it's just that assault engineers have better baseline DPS. Assault grenadiers scale better, but at the beginning of the game, like when you're calling this unit in, you're going to, oh, hold on. We played Volshanka, we played Honor Checkpoint, so I'm going to just detail those maps. When you actually have them show up on the map, they are the strongest unit. Or strongest infantry unit, anyway. The idea of this build, too, is like, if we get super ahead and we have 6 CPs, then we call them the 105mm Bulldozer Sherman. We didn't have 6 CPs, so we just called it the regular Sherman, which is fine. It's very good. And then if our opponent manages to hit some medium tanks, we don't just end the game. We can spam M10s. And if they somehow get heavy tanks out, we just spam Jacksons. It's amazing how many USF late game builds just boil down to spam Jacksons at a certain point. Yeah, Strefiki, you're absolutely right. The Flamer isn't bad. I did not get it because it doesn't fire on the move, and I really want to be closing in. So until I start losing the close range fight, I'm gonna not deal with the flamethrower. Right? Once the assault grenadiers start to scale, that's when I want to get the flamethrower, because then I can sort of stand at mid range and cook them while they're closing. But before that point, my engineers just win close range, and they're more likely to get wipes if I can chase after stuff. As you saw there, we got a lot of wipes. USF infantry is the best in the game at fighting close quarters, and yeah, that is reflected in almost every squad. Assault engineers, phenomenally strong early game unit. Paratroopers, I don't know if any of y'all saw the game before the stream. I played a friendly scrim with Simo, and I played Airborne versus his German infantry. And I basically won the game just because paratroopers with Thompson submachine guns get an insane number of wipes. Okay, we got the same opponent again, I think. Or we played Wigan before. Strategic reserves. Yeah, that looks like the game. Yeah, and so again, if you're running into an armor build, do not pick assault grenadiers as a counter unit. They do not work.
Assault engineers are on the lines and deployable. M10 ready for action. Advanced vehicle crew training now implemented. All units to adjust.
And in that case, we didn't really need the Pack Howie, but I figure putting it in there will mean if you're a new player and you're doing this build and you get stonewalled by a bunch of MGs, the Pack Howie will just bust right through that.
Rifle squad ready for action.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna.
Combat engineers on the line.
Oh, and I'm sending the engineers to a different side of the map because I know I have better map presence than my opponent, unless they do something like Pioneer, Assault Engineer, or Assault Grenadier, Assault Grenadier. I'm going to have better map presence, so what I just want to do is cap as much of the map as possible. Yes, that is true. At one point, Keeves said that Cav Riflemen were the worst CQC infantry in the game. And so I ran a whole bunch of tests. Cav rifles, versus cab rifles versus like assault grenadiers. Talk about the defense of the pack howitzer. Yeah, defend it. Yeah, so you you don't want the pack howie to get killed. It's a valuable unit. So you want to hold it back. It has extremely long range though, so it's not easy or it's not hard to keep alive.
Engineers taking the field.
Call on our second group of assault engineers. We're just gonna try to push their fuel. Do pretty much the same thing as last game. The pack howie should be pretty far back. Its exact location will depend on what you need in a given game. I'm just gonna push in here. I'm gonna pop in this building. Oh, aha! Exciting. Also, something to keep in mind: cover does not work under certain range. Okay, I kind of low rolled this fight, to be honest, but I'm still gonna get a wipe because, yeah. Because I want to just aggressively hit my opponent's side of the map, right? I just want to like claim a ton of map control, and then I will go back out. Right? This is a very aggressive build order. Okay, so we're gonna want to pack howitzer to deal with that nonsense. This again, I just want to emphasize, right? If you're a new player and you're running into MGs, the number one way to deal with MGs is to just play around them. Oh. Okay. So we had some retreats there. That's okay. Got our captain coming. Yeah, this isn't my normal capping order. This is a capping order that I'm doing because I'm playing a super aggressive build. I'm going to get you back on the field. Alright. I want to stay here for a minute, and now they do very little damage while closing. Yeah, my opponent's not going to have as many units as me unless they, like, all in commit to, like, assault engineers or something. And that's not a good option for them. Like, they should not be doing that. Captain, immediately give him a bar. We're going to go back to, harassing the fuel over here. Oh, okay. So, mechanized upgrade here. Yeah. I'm going to go around that one. I think I should be able to go up top, around. You should go... Actually, I think I might get a flamethrower here. Okay. Go over here. I'm playing passively right now. I'm waiting for my upgrade to pop. I don't think I can hit this church from here, but if I can, it'll be pretty fun. Damn it, no I can't. Okay, wait. Any closer? No. Alright, fine. Then these guys are just going to sneak up here and around. This guy, I just want him to be vision. Get my pack howitzer. And then we're going to deal with these MGs. And we already, we have 32 fuel. An even map split is 23, I think, on most maps. 24 on Nexus and Crossroads. So we're, way ahead right now. Assuming they have all of these points, which I kind of doubt, but we'll see. We'll see in a second. Yeah, no, this person doesn't have this point. So we're crazy ahead in fuel income right now. Oh, okay. Alright, so what we're doing here is we're getting fire so that these guys can hit them with a flamethrower.
75mm gun ready for action.
Oh boy, that was close. Okay. Alright, so we got our pack howitzer. We're going to move it over here. These guys, we just want to push over here. Okay. This boy, we're going to go like this. They take the territory, we just want to take it back. These are echelons. And what we're going to do, we're going to lay some mines. Whoops, that's not mines. Hold on, I need to... Mines? There, D, that's it. Okay, we're just gonna listen to mines. This is why you attack move, right? If these friends had attack move, they would never have walked in here. And they didn't get wiped. But it's not inconceivable that they could have, or at the very least lost more models than that. So that is a perfect illustration. We're just going to start bombarding this house. Alright, they're closing on us, which is not good.
A capture point is under attack.
Ah, crap. Okay. I did not dodge those grenades effectively. So we're just bombarding this house, pushing on the side. We should have built an ambo a while ago. I'm not playing this great. Yeah, this is pretty funny. So we're gonna probably get a squad wipe right here. Oh crap! We actually went down.
Of an infantry unit being wiped out.
Yep, that was not good. Really? Are you just gonna sit here and let the pack Howie kill you? I was expecting them to retreat, but okay, I guess not.
Ambulance ready for action. The capture point is being overrun.
Come on, pack Howie, get him, get them, blow him up. What are you doing? Damn. Okay, never mind. I was really hoping that would happen faster. Really?
Echelon troops on the front line.
Damn, that's annoying.
You guys know what to do.
Okay, we're gonna change targets to the church here.
The enemy is
We're sending the rear echelon right
capture
here
points.
because it'll give us vision in case they try to flank our pack. A little bit.
A capture point is under attack.
Yeah, on my part, yeah, I was expecting the retreat, to be honest, because he could have easily been wiped there, so he should have retreated, but he didn't. So I was hoping to catch him on the retreat. Didn't work. Sometimes your opponent doesn't play well, and it's actually worse than the... Oh, interesting choice. Why are you not shooting at the... Oh, they could have wiped that. Are you not tapping that? Stop. Okay. Alright, we're gonna move in here. This guy's just a captain squad. Is that guy seriously still sitting in the church? Oh, demo charge this? Yeah, that's a good idea. Good point. Ah, okay. I guess we have a new target for the pack.
There's a major reporting for action.
Just gonna... Oh boy, that's a block. Oh boy. That is quite the blob. Okay, we're getting close to our first Sherman though, so we're doing okay.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points. Crowds are sniffing around our asses. Tactical point being captured.
We kind of want to nuke this. We're just going to keep blowing up this. Make sure he's still there. I'm going to try to do the same thing I did before. Oh, okay, cool. I think we killed him fine. Excellent. Alright. That. Fine. Here we go.
We're losing a capture point.
I actually don't play armor that much, Peeves, so I don't think I'm the best person to answer that. I think demo charges, I mean, they're good at blowing up buildings, so pretty cheap way to do that. I guess they're actually kind of expensive, more expensive than Satchel, but they are a good way to do that. Okay, we don't want to blob up here because they've got grenades. We do not. Okay. Alright, we got a squad wipe here. Turned out nicely. We're gonna retreat these two. Should kill them up. Just gonna push in here. Got our Sherman on the way. Honestly, I might go for a lieutenant at this point.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was totally invulnerable. Oh wait, no, this is high explosive. They start with high explosive. I didn't forget last time. I thought they started with high explosive. Ah, I am G42. We're just gonna...
We're losing a capture point. Enemy infantry.
I mean, we're just going to go to the other side of the map now. Two reasons to do that. One is that if our opponent actually responds to this. Nope. These are load high explosive. They start on HE, so you don't have to do anything. You actually have to turn on AP shells. Sorry, but I was pretty sure that was the case earlier, and I just checked. Alright, and we're gonna just cut this retreat path off. That's a nice. Yeah, now's a good time to get weapon racks. You don't actually want to do it too early. Fairly straightforward main reason for that, and that is that.
German dozers have reached the crowds are taking one of our points.
Okay, cool. Let me get the wipe here. Are we really not going to get this wipe? Okay, there we go.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture
Yeah, you don't.
points.
I was actually having a conversation with Jay recently, and he was pointing out that you don't really want to get weapon racks until you have about like 240 munitions, so you can get bars for everybody. Because it's a pretty expensive. Oh, I'm just gonna throw down some smoke. Oh no! Keep running. Keep running, my boy. Along there.
The lieutenant has been assigned to field ops.
Oh, that was good.
Boys, you ready to roll out? Secure that ground. All right. A capture point is being overrun.
Just gonna repair this and then shift click them back into it. Ah, goddamn it. I could. The pack Howie's doing a good job at the moment, so I doesn't really need to. Okay, you want to get double bars. I'm just gonna go over here. We're gonna throw the MG in his house because that'll really annoy him. There's not gonna be a lot he can do about that. It'll be very irritating. Yeah, I don't really want to risk it. The howitzer's doing its job right now, and that is preventing my opponent from really pushing in at all. Like, it's doing a good job being defensive. we're gonna get a wipe on this machine gun. You're gonna want to get that in there. Like, you just do not want to close on a C2C squad with a significantly weaker C2C squad. That's a very bad thing to do. There's no reason to do that. You want to see if it has the range? Yeah, it has the range to hit parts of the base. I could, like, bombard that. Huh, why didn't you guys cap that? That's annoying. So yeah, it does work. We're gonna just get a Howie train. Yeah, Herpy, I just started streaming. Today is the first day I've ever streamed. You can tell too, it's not a good stream. But Bon Ivan dropped like all of his viewers on me. So I have a ton of people watching, despite the very questionable quality. Oh, okay, we're gonna crap. You can't see that. We're gonna build an AT gun. A couple of AT guns actually. You're gonna move up here. You're gonna go pick up this. You're gonna switch munition types. Yeah, the P4 is annoying. I should have. Oh, that's not even a P4. I was being really greedy. I should have built just a. I should have just built a. Whatchamacallit? M10.
Anti-tank gun, ready for action.
Okay, I'm gonna build an AT gun right here. I'm gonna put another AT gun over there. Yeah, I did grab the Panzer Shrek. Look at that sexy Panzer Shrek rear echelon. That Shrek is like the size of my armies.
AT gun, ready.
Second AT gun, we're gonna send that mid. This is really bad, right? When you've got an HE squad.
Crowds show 300 points on their line.
I mean, that's a good question. I'm trying to show out people how to win, though, Harpy, not how to win, right? Like, I don't want to BN the level 1 players that I'm playing against for teaching purposes. And that's pretty BN.
A capture point is under attack. Move around. On, firing. Armor ready. Driver forward. The rest of you stay alert.
They just keep charging here. The flamethrower roast them. Oh, I actually have to micro this. Alright, there we go.
That's it! The battle is ours!
I mean, I could barrage his base, but I would kind of rather his blob get punished. Alright. I wonder if we're at level 2 yet. Oh no, we're not, because it would have told us. Steel level 1. So yeah, that's the Roxizo, you're misreading the UI. I was using HE shells. I switched them over when the Stoop showed up. Yes, that's right, Herpy. We're doing a 1 to 16 thing. Hopefully it's educational. I don't know. That remains to be seen. We'll my real rank, so my real USF rank, I've been hovering. My highest USF rank was like 212, which is like just a few positions below 16. I've been moving I've been moving between like 13 and 11 lately. I've been trying a lot of new commanders, so I've been losing with them a lot when I start playing with them. But I'm pretty confident I can get 16 with USF. I've been like right at the precipice before, and I'm a better player now than I was then. Soviets, I'm ranked like 10 with Soviets, but I don't really play them. They're not really my faction. I am doing them because it was deemed to be educational. So I'm playing them anyway. Yeah, so yes, I did make a new account, Murphy. uh, I gotta say, one of the things I learned from this. Oh, cool. How's that been going? Level 10, Vargas. Yeah. No, not leaderboard position 10, level 10. I'm not a very good Soviet player. I'm probably gonna stop doing this for Soviets as once I stop being able to win games, then I'll stop doing it with Soviets. Just gonna be in a while. Okay, so we're gonna do another USF game. I think this time, I don't know. The airborne strat's been going well, but the armor strat's been going well. I do want to play airborne, but I think armor is probably the more new player friendly. Actually, I'm gonna get some water, so I'm gonna be back in like 3 minutes. Sorry that I keep running up to get water. I'm feeling kind of sick today, so just want to stay hydrated. Yeah, Roxy, so that's a good idea. Um, I I probably will upload to YouTube. I'm not 100% sure how to do that, but I'll give it a shot. But yeah, um, yeah, no, Herpy, I am all about drinking water. Drink water every day. Um, but yeah, Roxy, I like that idea. I have some. So what I'm not gonna do, I'm gonna just keep playing these three commanders the whole way, and probably the same for Soviets. Both basically because I want this guy to be like, look, you have the faction, but you don't want to spend any more money. you can do this. Like these commanders are strong and viable. Like, yeah. Wait. Oh, free Twitch. Okay, yeah. Yes, that's a good point. Yeah, I will upload to YouTube then. But Fargus, just to sort of clarify, I'm kind of like I would describe myself as sort of like a mid elo player. Like I'm not particularly good, but I've only been playing for about a year. I really love this game and I like teaching new players, and so you'll see me a lot on the subreddit offering advice, offering to scrim with people if they want help. Um, so for me, this is less a show off how awesome I am and more like I want to try to like help new players. Like if you're intimidated by 1v1s right now, I want to show you that with pretty straightforward, simple strategies, you can climb. Like we're just doing simple stuff, not doing anything particularly fancy. Like we haven't built any light vehicles as USF, which you should be doing, right? Like at a higher rank, you definitely need to be building light vehicles. But at this point, we don't need to worry about that. We're just going to do really easy stuff that's hard to exploit. Captain's really tough to exploit. You've got your anti-tank gun, you've got your pack howitzer, you've got just your crazy good infantry from armor. Oh man, I just see a bunch of people followed me. Thank you, Roxizo, Sandra Clegane, Reckonade, Sander the Hound, Fargust, and Cool Magic Guy. Yeah, I mean, just to be clear, Fargust, I'm not like this is not how I would play at a higher level. Part of I'm trying to explain things as I'm going, so I'm not really playing terribly well. And actually, I think that's kind of a good thing in this case, right? Like, if I were to play like my full on like this is how I play on ladder and just play the strategies I do, I'd be base pinning people really quickly, and that wouldn't necessarily be helpful for new players who are just trying to like learn the game. So if I play a little bit sloppily, if I play basic strats that aren't as good, and I make those mistakes, like that helps show new players, right, that like you don't have to play like flawlessly. Like I'm not doing anything that exceptional. My play's like pretty weak right now. Like playing as I have been, someone who's like level 8 could probably beat me. I don't know if they would, but they could. So I do want I don't want to be like right. It's kind of tough. I'm trying to take some inspiration from Vibe. Keeves here is the reason I'm doing this in the first place, and he cited Vibe's Bronze 1 to GM series, and what really impressed me about that is how he just made the game as simple as possible. Right? He was just like, look, don't worry about micro. We're not going to micro. We're not going to micro until diamond. We're just going to macro. Unfortunately, this isn't a game where you can do that. So instead of being like just macro, I'm suggesting, yeah, put your attention in the places that matter. Because Ko is a weird game, and like there's no way to just macro your way to victory. It's more like here are the things you need to be paying attention to. Here are the things that really matter. And so like I've been trying to show people like map control. That's your number one concern. You don't have to micro every fight perfectly or even at all. Like you just need map control and you need to take decent fights. And you'll get far, especially if you're spending your resources, if you're spending your fuel. And like again, the optimal way to play is definitely like even this build would be to do exactly what we're doing, except instead of getting a pack howie, get an AA half track and then maybe a pack howitzer. Probably an AT gun between. But I don't want to be like, here, use this really. Hey, no problem, Fargust. But I don't want to tell new players like, build this light vehicle that's like kind of annoying to micro, and you know it's easy if your micro is not very good to just like drive it into a situation where it dies. I want people to be doing things that are easy to execute and are actually powerful and robust. And yeah, no problem, Fargus. You're not an issue at all. I just want to explain why, like, yeah, my play is not very good. I also am not a great player, right? Like, I will be able to achieve this goal of level 16, at least with USF, but that makes me like a mid-elo player at best, right? I'm not Von Hyven. I'm not anywhere near that good. But I do love this game, and I love teaching people. Oh, key bindings. Okay, yeah. I actually did. At the very beginning of the stream, I opened up the menu and pointed out to people that they should turn classic hotkeys off because grid hotkeys are way better. This will save you so much grief. And then I talked about how you should use F1, F2, F3, F4, and F5 for production. This allows you to like produce units without having to go back to base. You can be in the middle of a fight and just be like, oh look, I've got 300 manpower. I should build a rifleman squad. It allows you to really like keep focused on the map while also doing the sort of construction you need to be advancing your army. Bindings at battlefield. Like, do you mean like control groups? Yeah, okay. I do not really use that many control groups. I use control groups for my vehicles, and that's really it. You can use much more extensive control groups. It really varies. Like, you know, you see people like helping Hans who don't use them at all. Well, Herbie, you may be a classic boy, but new players should be using grid keys. It's much better. But yeah, I personally don't use many control groups. As you've seen, like, if you've been watching, when I have a vehicle, I'll assign it to a control group. Besides that, I don't really touch them. I should be using them for AT guns and direct fire, and I will start using them for that. Jin Weasel. Okay, I think we played against this person before. Oh, and now we're going to see that assault engineers will beat strong fighters. Hopefully. Or I'll low roll and eat my words. So as always, just F1Q is just how you should start every game. As USF. So yeah, we're going to go secure fuel, and then we're probably going to send the assault engineers towards the cutoff. We send the rifle forward and have the rear echelon behind it capping the fuel. This is just a little safer. And we're just using Volt to slightly speed up our capping. Missed the engineer timing by a little bit. Not a disaster. Yeah, I actually do it for snipers as well, but since I'm a USF main, I don't play with snipers very much. But yeah, that's a really good point. Snipers really need to be up hotkeys. Like, the seconds matter with snipers staying alive or not. Yeah, there's a Storm Pioneer up in this corner here, so we're going to hide behind cover for a minute and wait for him. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe they don't do what I think they're going to do, but it's worth waiting. USF is a very strong early game faction, but in the very, very early game against OKW, you do have a bit of a disadvantage just because you start rear echelon to Storm Pioneer, and obviously the Sturms are a lot stronger. Okay, we're actually going to move in here, because I would have expected a Sturm Pioneer. Oh, there we go. I'm going to go take cover. There's a Sturm Pioneer. I was right, it was over here. Okay. Oh. Yeah, okay. I don't know if y'all can hear that announcement, but the library, the University Library I'm streaming from, is going to close in half an hour. So that is when the stream will end. Or probably just after this game. We should be getting ready for a captain now. We've got enough fuel.
Stand ready! Stand by orders! Get your asses over there! Get to that point! They got us zeroed in!
So meanwhile, we're taking this fight here. We're doing okay. I mean, this actually isn't the best fight for us. Oh yeah, now it's definitely not. We definitely want to shoot that boy. Yeah, they are great. We missed our timing on our captain, unfortunately, but it's by like 50 manpower, so it's not the end of the world. In our retreat here, we're going to build an ambulance next. Our rear echelon took just a ton of damage in that fight, and so did our riflemen. But like, because we're using 0 CP infantry to cap, we have a ton of map control now. And just like stalling in that fight was really good for us. So we're gonna cut them off now. We're gonna send these guys to the other side of the map now. Actually, I'm gonna send these guys over here to cap. These 2 points. Okay. Yeah, definitely can kill this very quickly if they don't micro it. Even if they do micro it sometimes.
Captain just took the battlefield.
Okay, start a bar on our captain, send him over here to fight. I'm gonna send this guy over here just to back up the rear echelon. Rifleman is gonna come up here. I'm gonna assume, I guess their cannon's not likely to come back. So let's just cap the VP. We're in a really good place right now with these guys because we're behind them. So we're likely to be in the retreat paths. And so very good chance of getting wiped here. Build that ambulance. Should have started earlier, but it's okay. Bar captain will beat them at any range. As soon as they're gonna come and throw a flame grenade at us because players at this level just love spamming grenades. It's like kind of crazy. Yeah, then the squad is dead now.
Ambulance taking the field.
Oh, okay. So we want to be a little bit careful of this, just because the storm piles will do damage. Okay, this is bad, very bad for them, so. Yeah, this is basically game over. We can probably just play another one, if this person does the smart thing and surrenders. And right, we got those wipes because we just flanked them, right? We didn't do anything fancy. We just had this guy chilling out here, making sure we got the wipe. We have the entire map controlled. We've now wiped 3 squads. And the Kubel is useless. Do I use Captain Supervise? I should. I should have done this mechanized thing too. I don't go Captain very often. I've probably played like 200 games of USF, and probably 150 of them have been Lieutenant. Yeah, Captain has a really nice ability that on me. That was odd. Okay. Is that's not Fallschirmjägers, is it?
Our supply line is cut. Germans are making a push.
No, Fallschirmjägers doesn't have smoke. The other one is on me. It's an ability that lets you break suppression. Oh, okay. MG. This is great because we're about to build a Pack Howie. So we have the counter to this already sort of in production. Alright, we're going to send this guy to go back cap. I'm going to just bring this guy back home to heal. Oh, that was a bad retreat path. I should have moved him over here first. Because he's a CQC squad, we really want him to be as close to full health as possible.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Okay, the MG's back here, so we're just gonna wait for the Pack Howie. Alright, let's send this guy over here.
The capture point is under attack.
See, look at this, because we killed the Storm Pioneer. The thing is screwed. Okay, we're moving this up. We're gonna push up versus the MG behind it. We're just gonna leave this guy in a little ambush position. I'm doing this not because this is what is like optimal here, but because I want to emphasize, right, that you don't have to be microing all your units all the time for them to be doing things that are useful, right? If you position your units smartly, then a little bit of idle time is not the end of the world. So we're gonna push up both sides here, because I'm not sure where the MG is now. It's probably in the same place, but in case it's not. Okay, it's not. So they moved it. That's good that I did this. Oh, no, they didn't. Here we go. Oh, wait, and I flanked it. I didn't realize it was at this bad of an angle. This is not a good angle for an MG. But, yeah. So we're going to just take the cutoff here. Oh, also.
We're losing a capture point.
Oh, there we go. They're the Fallschirmjägers.
Our supply line just got cut off.
Okay. Got the fuel. Fallschirmjägers got the cutoff.
A capture point
So we're going to try to wipe these fouls. We're going to move both of our combat engineers onto the retreat paths. Ah, shit. They might wipe me here. Come on. Come on. Come on, Pack Howie. Do your thing. That sucks. Oh boy. Well, that's some spam. Okay.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Set the bar up over there.
Okay, what we want at this point... Oh, I thought I retreated you.
Men are ready for action.
What I wanted, it's probably my lieutenant, actually. More than anything.
Listen up, fellas. Keep pushing forward.
Basically, I'm getting a lieutenant because I want a 50 cal. Oh god, this guy is... Damn.
Battalion just released a major
Okay.
for action.
So now they've got all their stuff brought up here.
Make ready 18. Okay, move it along.
Krauts are sniffing around our asses. Tactical point being captured.
Wow, they are really pushing up.
Hold steady. Fire mission received. Enemy infantry. Load 18.
Our supply line just got cut off.
Stand by order. Warning order.
A capture point
So I'm not
is
microing
under
this very
attack.
well. Yeah, so this is the power of Pack Howitzer. Like, that's just nuts. Oh god. Flame grenades. Very rude. Any idea how rude that is, dude?
We have a
Okay,
lieutenant reporting
I think we just stole that, which makes our lieutenant a little bit unnecessary.
All right, Bishop. Let's go find the crowd.
Yeah, because we really just wanted the lieutenant for an MG. And we have an MG now. Oh boy. Even Fallschirmjägers.
Ammo up and move. Advance and secure.
Alright, we're just gonna... This set up. Alright, we really need bars now.
Unlock to weapon rack
Double
initiated.
bars. Yeah, I knew it had smoke. I just thought, I didn't think it was the, like, what I was wondering is, do they smoke when they get called down? And I didn't think so. So we're really lucky because this person's blobbing like pretty hardcore. And they're like, one plan seems to be, I'm going to hit the cutoff again and again. And go
Weapon rack is
here.
now open.
Y'all are gonna get some
The
bars.
enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
We're gonna go up here. I'm gonna get another bar.
Our supply line just got cut off.
Get ready, guys. Inside. Just remember to hit the fucking door. Goddamn fire. Area secure.
Unupgraded fouls are not very good close range. Nah, that was bad. I shouldn't have saved that one. I didn't think the explosion would be that big. It's a mistake. So we're gonna do the same thing we did in the other games. We're just gonna get... Ah, interesting. Actually, we're gonna go get a flamethrower upgrade and then go push that guy out. Ooh, yeah, I can talk about that. I'm not very good with mines, but I can talk about them. Alright, where are we? This button's prepared. This is done. I actually should have charged Adam while it was still completing. That would have been better. Alright, retreat. Okay. Yeah, sweepers are good. Sweepers are good. You should get sweepers. That's the bottom line. Sweepers are important. I didn't get one here. I probably should, just be greedy. And also just kind of assuming my opponent's not going to play that well, which is unfair, and, well, I mean, it's probably true in this case. It's not, like, a wise thing to do. Okay, cool, I got a wipe there. Yeah, they decided to go mechanized, I think? I'm not sure how else they could be this low in health. Oh, hey there. Yes, they did. They went battle group? But why do they not have... No, okay. Oops, that was this micro. I don't know what happened there. Come on, baby. Back, Howie. Oh, Oh, so close. Yeah, I'm actually gonna play some mines though, just as a habit. Yeah, I'm not very good with mines. I play USF. USF is like desperately poor in munitions most games, or any game that's like reasonably close. I think I'm just gonna get the 10. No, I'll get the Shermans. The better thing to do.
Sherman dozers have reached the front line.
Man, doing the same thing, just over and over again. Just blah 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 your infantry. Maybe I should get the Sherman dozer instead. Yeah, I think I should. My opponent doesn't seem that... They are not teching, clearly. They have been so starved of fuel.
Sherman bulldozer ready.
No, 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 don't get... Ah, shit. Okay, well, that's not what I meant. That was frustrating. I was trying to get it to target that, and it was just like...
A capture point.
Get out. Alright. Yeah, okay, now this is pretty much game. I mean, it's game over earlier, but we just pull that back. Send this guy back in here. Now we're just gonna go do base inspection. Never mind. Okay, there we go.
That's it. The battle is ours.
Yeah, so again, armor very strong, pretty straightforward. Like you saw, my unit micro wasn't very good this game. I had a lot of idle time. If you want to play USF well, you have to really minimize that. But we're not going to play USF that well. We're just trying to play USF enough to win at this level, and that means focusing on what's important: map control. Trying to. So if you're using CQC troops, like early on, you saw I sent 2 assault engineers kind of behind my opponent. That's something you really want to try to do, is just flank with CQC troops, because if you get in someone's retreat pack, you can get a lot of wipes. Yeah, it's very good. And then yeah, the pack howitzer kind of solves all of our problems beyond that, other than like light vehicles, which we can pull an AT gun if we really need it, but in this case we just tech and win through that. Okay, so that is it. I gotta get going now. I'm streaming from my university library because I have terrible internet at home. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope this was informative and interesting, or at least entertaining, watching me play pretty badly. But yeah, I'm hoping to stream again next weekend, maybe tomorrow. I have a lot of stuff I need to do. I need to like write an abstract for a conference, but if I get that done, I'll try to stream tomorrow. This is going to be a slow series. Climbing from 1 to 16 is not particularly fast in this game. Yeah, thank you, Keeves. Keeves, again, is the person who suggested I do this. So you can thank Keeves if this is good, and you can blame him if it's bad. No, I'm kidding. If it's bad, it's my fault. I hope everyone enjoyed yourselves, or at least got some entertainment. Have a lovely day, everyone.